What is up, everybody? I'm reading the comments. You guys are cracking me up. Good morning or afternoon, whatever time it is where you're at. Welcome in, Gwyneth, and Aja is here. Hello, hello. Gwyneth says, the Blakes. You knew who I was talking about, girl. Aja says, looks like today is going to be a battle bun Monday. Yeah, it seems like it. Everybody's battling out here. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, I know there's always drama, and maybe I'm just seeing it more because I discuss it on my channel. And so, you know how that is. Once you look up something, like everything turns up on your timeline, like that exact thing you were looking up turns out on your timeline. So honest to goodness, I click on there last night and there's all this stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many things I want to talk about. Then I looked this morning and there's so much more. And I'm just like, I don't even know. I had to pick like 5 things because there's so much of it. It is just absolutely crazy out here. Oh my gosh. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, Lady Divine. Oh, thank you so much. That is so nice of you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, lots of stuff going on. So what if I told you that Baby from Philadelphia just went on record threatening social media platforms for allowing criticism of Philadelphia and actually admitted that they are preparing a massive war against social media? What is that going to entail? I have no idea. And what if I told you that the Turning Point USA Civil War just got even uglier because Erika Kirk just accepted a Doctor of Public Service honorary degree in her own name from Hillsdale College, while fresh questions explode online about why she get one? It was for Charlie. I mean, he got one too. He got the posthumous award, but why are they giving her one? We're going to react to her full speech on that because you guys know I love to snark on that B, and I can't wait to see the dumb shit she said. Allegedly. And that's not it, guys, because what if I told you the Blakes are back at it, bringing the drama as Blake Neff's out here on X, trying to clap back at people who are questioning Andrew Kolvet over the White House Correspondents' dinner. I guess somebody was kind of like, why didn't Andrew take his wife? And then, of course, that started an entire like social media bombardment of people going like, why? And Blake Neff thought that it is his place to come out here and try to be hard as hell and tell people what's up. And we're going to look at that post and the reactions to his dumbass. Okay. And as for the other Blake, this might come as a complete and total shock to you guys, but he's back on social media. Blake Bednarz is back on social media. Indeed, he is. I thought, he was retiring. He was going to be done for good, but he's now calling out Jesse on Fire big time, and Ian Carroll show, of course, for what he says is deceptive editing using the UVU footage and just the footage he sent Candace, I guess, that UVU footage from behind Charlie Kirk to push Candace Owens's narrative and not like pay attention to what he's saying, I guess. Well, we're going to look at that post as well. And of course, the comment section of that post. And what if I told you that we are also going to be digging into Erika Kirk's emotional anniversary post, because I didn't get to snark on this one yet, basically about her and Charlie's love story. And we're not only going to be reacting to this one live, but of course we have to look at the comments, because this might come as a surprise to you guys as well, but people aren't buying it. They're just not. They're not up for it, right? So grab a coffee or a snack, whatever, sit your ass down and strap in, hit that like button, all right? Because against my better judgment, we're about to dive into all of it, okay? But while we're waiting for everybody to show up, I do want to let you guys know once again that Against My Better Judgment is live over on Club Vatra. I've got an amazing Discord set up for us over there. I'm going to be doing monthly content drops and going live over there. Plus, we can all chat and hang out, and there's a ton of stuff over there. So definitely go check it out. I'll actually leave a QR code somewhere up here so you guys can just, screenshot the QR code or whatever and get there. And there's also a link in the description. We've already got some people over there. I just can't wait until we get a full house. It's going to be so much fun. But yeah, let me put the QR code up for you guys. It's in here somewhere. Boom, there it is. All right. And speaking of memberships, I do have some for my YouTube channel that I want to give away to you guys. Again, while we're waiting, please hit that like button. This will be free for a month. If you get a membership, it's free for a month. So you can check out all the perks I'm offering right here on YouTube. And after the month's up, you can decide if you want to continue on and, select whatever tier you want, or, you can just simply not re-up, which, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't, because, we've got some cool stuff over there for you, but whatever. Let me actually give you guys these, and we'll do that while we're waiting for people to come in. So whoever was here first and early is going to be the one that gets them. Boom. All right. So congratulations to anybody who gets a membership. All right. I hope you like all the stuff we're going to be doing over here on the channel. Yeah, let's take a look at some of these stories. Let me see who all showed up first. Hang on a minute. Who all got here after that? Yes, there's Aja and talk to Cindy, Gwyneth. All right, Lady Divine. Yeah, we got two Blakes and this new one that's coming in. Oh, AC, hello. Yeah, this is a stress reliever. I'm glad. I tried to lighten up all the news and make it funny and snark on everybody, because I know a lot of you guys are thinking I think the same things. And I like to just come out here and say it so we all don't feel alone, right? Arena, welcome in, Deb, Daisy, and Arena. Hello. All right. So let's take a look at, what do we want to look at first? I mean, it's just so much stuff. Let's get this stuff about BB out of the way, because this is pretty crazy. I can't believe he actually came out here and said this stuff, like going to war with the social media platforms. I mean, where are we allowed to just express our opinions anymore? It's supposed to be like YouTube was supposed to be the big one, right? Where we could come out here and it was not censored very much. And it just has become more and more censored. X was like the answer to everything, right? Everybody was like, X is the shit, because there's no censorship on X. You can talk about whatever you want. Now we come to find out there's tons of censorship over on X. And it's like, isn't there enough? I guess not, because now, like I said, BB's out here looking for a war with anybody who's going to be, trying to post about Philadelphia. Okay. So let me pull this up. Let's do like this. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. So this is a post from Shadow of Ezra, and it says that BB Nut&yahoo threatens social media platforms for allowing criticism of Philadelphia and admits that Philly is preparing to declare a massive war against the platforms. He says that they have not fought back yet. What? I thought they've been fighting back, but they will be forced to do so now. Yeah, I mean, I could swear I see them fighting back all over the place, but whatever. The reporter says the numbers are out of balance, and BB says there has been a concerted effort by several states to vilify Philadelphia on social media. So I'm going to let this play. Of course, he's going to say the words, and we're just going to have to hope that I don't get, pushed down for letting those words come across my channel, even though there's no censorship. If you say Philadelphia, the real word, you get kind of in trouble sometimes. So just not in trouble, but different things. It'll ramp down your channel or up, whatever. Just depends what you're saying. But here we go.
This philosophy that you have, that when Israel is strong, it extinguishes the sense that it can be eliminated.
You might think that we have this disrespect and this antagonism all over the world, but that's not true. We had a visit here. First of all, many Americans support Israel, respect Israel, have not succumbed to the slanders.
But the numbers are out of balance in ways they seem.
Correct. And for the reason I told you, because I think there's been a concerted effort by several states to basically vilify Israel in the primarily in the social media, in the standard media too, but that's less effective. The effective thing is in the social media, and we've not fought back yet. So we'll have to do that.
This philosophy that you have.
I really find that disturbing, okay? Because here's the deal. People are just going to have their opinions. People are going to have their opinions about everything. We talk about this all the time. It doesn't matter what you do, people are going to have their opinions. And for him to like be pissed because people have an opinion on social media and it doesn't align with what he wants them to think is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, why do people think that everybody has to think like them? I just, it blows my mind. And the fact that now he's going to go to war and try to do all this. I mean, we see how bad it is already. What's going to happen next? Like, seriously, what next? There's just literally no place where we can have our freedom of speech anymore because it's always, pinched off one way or another, no matter what platform you use, no matter what you do, it's always. And so I just find it pretty messed up. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that people just can't express. And I don't think a lot of people have anything against Israel itself. I don't think that's the case. Personally, I don't. I have nothing against, and I'll say Philadelphia. Okay, I have nothing against Philadelphia. I have a problem with the leadership over there. I have a problem with the person that's in charge who appears to be some type of, demon. I don't like it. And it doesn't have anything to do with the people that are just trying to live their lives like we are and have nothing to do with any of this stuff. I mean, imagine being over there and, it's kind of like what we're dealing with Trump. A lot of us see the stuff he's doing and is like, oh my gosh, really? But we don't think that way. We don't think like he thinks. We just want to live our life. We just want to be left in peace. And there's many, many people in many, many countries who feel the same. And those people don't like, do you really think they care what we're doing over here? Because I don't care what they're doing over there. Go live your life, be happy, have your kids, do whatever you want. I'm not there. It's the leadership. It's the leadership that always has to make things an issue and make things a problem. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about this whole thing? I mean, is it going to get even worse? And if so, how? Like, what are they going to do now? Because it seems like we're already, it's already kind of like, we already can't say what we want to say. It's hard to even think of words to say that you have to get around everything. I mean, we say Philadelphia and we say, different words for everything. It's so hard to have a conversation when you have to change every other word into a code word. It's weird. It messes up your flow. It's strange. And it's just annoying because we should be allowed to just say certain words. But of course, that's not the case. I want to see what you guys are thinking here. All right. Yeah. Congratulations to anybody who did get a membership. I hope you like the perks I've got that I'm offering for you guys. And let's see. That's just a fancy word for donors turn out dollar bills to university. The new Blake has lost his mind. I watched that Jesse on Fire. Annie and Carroll, honey, you cannot edit out crazy. That was a good one, Aja. I broke my glass and I gotta use a stupid text to talk. No worries. Look, with all the code words we have to say here over on social media and on YouTube anyways, girl, I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Mark, I have been trying to go live at noon Monday through Friday, sometimes skipping a day, maybe I'll start skipping Wednesdays or something. I'm trying to do it so it doesn't, when there's news and stuff and there's something every day, it seems like. And so when I do come live, I try to do it at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. However, I do have things that I have, like my mom has appointments that I take her to, and she's got cancer. So it's a lot of appointments. She's getting treatments and all kind of stuff. And so I do have to take her to all these appointments. So things pop up and then either I'll be a little bit late or a little bit early, depending on that. So I apologize. I'm trying to be consistent for you guys so you can make sure to, kind of be able to show up and it be the same thing, but it's sometimes doesn't work out. So I apologize in advance if there's ever, a time issue. Like today I wanted to do noon, but I had to change it. So, but I'm trying to get the same day, same time every day, AC says the people are awake. There's no going back. I know that's right. I woke up at the Charlie Kirk unaliving. That was my wake up. I was seeing things here and there prior to that, but once I started covering the story of it and looking into things and just being more aware of what was happening in the news, and then once I caught Candace's, once I caught Candace's show, and when she was saying all the things that I was thinking, I was just like, wow, because a lot of the things that she says is the things that I'm thinking. And I just was like so drawn to that and just started looking into everything more and more. And I'm wide awake now. And it's terrifying. It's a terrifying space to be in. I feel like we're kind of like we're in the Matrix and we're the ones that got woken up, because I literally was just living my life, doing my thing, not thinking about any of this. That's not my, it has nothing to do with me. I'm not looking into it. I don't want to see it. I wouldn't even watch the news. I would tell my husband, like, don't tell me what's in the news. I don't want to know because I don't want to hear it. It's depressing and sad and scary. And I would literally avoid the news for, daily. And he would still try to tell me stuff and I get some. I'd be like, I said, don't tell me. I don't want to hear it. But he'd go, did you hear this? And whatever. But once this happened, I was like glued to it, and everything I'm seeing, I'm just like, holy cow. It's so obvious and it's so right in our faces. It's just wild. G Key says, I can say anything I want in my head so far. Yeah, at least for now. Dr. Erika Kirk thesis must have been on how to speak BS the whole time. Yeah, that's true. Allegedly, in our opinion. And welcome in, Heinrich. Welcome in. All right. Leora Stark Raven Mad, welcome in. I am censored on every single platform, including storage/cloud and AI. It's much worse than I realized even back in January when I first met the people following the Charlie Kirk investigation. Yeah, it's very bad. LW, welcome. Says BB is a creep. I know that's right, allegedly, in my opinion. Every time I see him or hear anything about Philly, I know. It's just a lot. It's really a lot. And I don't understand. I just don't think I'll ever understand like why. What's the point of worrying about them? Leave them to do their thing. Like, why are we involved at all? Why is this infiltrating our country? And why are we involved in any of this nonsense? Like, let them do their thing and leave us out of it. And I don't know when it became I didn't realize this was even a thing. You know what I mean? Until this happened with Charlie, I had no clue this was even a thing. I had no clue there was even anything going on with Philadelphia and the Philadelphia people. And I can't believe, I'm just in shock. Like, why? You know what I mean? It's so weird. Absolutely, honey, because my papa always said, if you think it, you may as well go ahead and say it. I know. Now it's like, are we going to be able to? Don't ask questions you don't want answered, right? Right. Welcome in, Sasquatch and Mark. Welcome in, guys. I hope it says Dr. Tammy Faker. Doctrine. We're going to take a look at that. What you say in the woods is probably recorded by multiple agencies, right? You just, it's terrible anymore. Erika, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah. This is creepy too. Like Sandra's saying, robots patrolling cornfields. Of course, there's recordings in the woods. They'll be controlling foragers too. Yeah. I really just want to buy a house in the woods somewhere, but now I'm like, do I want to buy a house in the woods in America? I don't know. Especially if they're going to try to push Erika Kirk for president. Oh, no. Nope. I already said I'm leaving and I will. There's no way. Yeah. Yep. Oh, Jen says, I love you, Jen. I'm a Jen also. Well, thank you so much. I love you right back. The more Jens, the better. Unless they're Karens. Look, I'm a snarky bitch, but I definitely am not a Karen type snarky bitch. And if I ever show signs, please, by all means, please, definitely let me know because we need to change that behavior immediately. No Karens allowed over here. And I think we decided to call the Karens Erikas from now on. I'm pretty sure that's the new Karen is Erika. So I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure we decided that already. Oh, maybe. Leora says, I wonder if Hillsdale didn't give her this honorary PhD in order to sort of cover the fact that she was putting fake education honors on her LinkedIn profile. That could be. That could be. Philadelphia is just another word for basically Israel, but the more you say it on your channel, the more you have it in your comment section, that attracts bots and things like that we just do not want around here. No, thank you. So we just say Philadelphia instead. You know what I mean? It's just like I said, the code words, because all of our speech is kind of slowly being eaten away. We're not allowed free speech, truly. They say we are, but we can't say certain things. Like people say pew pews instead of, and the R word instead of that, or grape instead of the other, or corn. We got to talk like veggies. We're talking vegetables instead of, it's just a lot. It's a lot. Karen's Erika's. Yeah. Erika is the number one Karen. She is. She very much is. All right. Now, speaking of Erika being a Karen, all right, we got a couple of things about Erika today. We're going to talk about, so Erika Kirk got a honorary doctorate, I guess. Super amazing, from Hillsdale College. I mean, why is that a thing in the first place? An honorary doctorate? Do you know how ignorant that is to people that actually study to get a doctorate, to give somebody an honorary doctorate? I would be livid if that was my college and they were giving out honorary doctorates. Okay, first of all, let me just say that. You imagine that you go to school for years and years and years and years, you study your ass off, you go into super debt trying to pay for all of your, college and to get that education. And then they're like, "Oh, and on top of your, on top of all your other, I don't even want to say like accomplishments, I guess fake accomplishments, Erika, you are receiving an honorary doctorate." So that's really awesome. Anyways, so this is a post by Lionel. He says, Pat Sajak stole the show when Rapunzel was offering her latest installment of make-believe insipidity. I don't even know how to say this. Insipidity and irrelevance. His expression captured it all: the boredom, the tedium, and UI intellectual torpor, stupefied into a coma. Yep, that's our Pat. And there's Pat sitting in the background as Erika's trying to do her speech. Can't really blame him. And yeah, here is the certificate itself. Erika Kirk, Doctor of Public Service. She's a doctor of public service. I mean, they just make up fake shit that sounds official and, award it. And so I decided, you know what? We're going to have awards on this show too. We're going to have our own awards, and I'm going to make up stuff to call people, and we're going to have our own awards, and then everyone's going to be super important. So stay tuned for that. And if you have any awards that you think somebody deserves or you think would be a great idea, please, by all means, let me know. We're just going to start celebrating everybody for being super amazing, because that seems to be, what we do now. If anybody in the chat wants a doctorate, please let me know. We'll discuss getting you an honorary doctorate. All right, so the Alley File says, wait, wasn't Charlie Kirk supposed to receive it? Wasn't Charlie Kirk supposed to receive this? Why is it in Erika's name? Doctor of Public Service, Erika Kirk. How many were issued out? And Wheel of Fortune Pat was there. Can I buy a vowel? Oh, sweet Lord. Okay, and there's her. What is going on with that hair? Oh, what is this? Did she really do this? Did she really put that thing around her neck and leave her hair under it? Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Do you guys see this shit? What in oh my gosh. I cannot. I cannot. What is that? Damn, that shit. I'm taking a screenshot. That's freaking hilarious. And I should have made that my thumbnail. She just looks weird as hell. What is the deal with that? What in the world? Okay. Goodness gracious. Then we've got an article. What connection does Pat Sajak have with Hillsdale College? Internet is confused as Wheel of Fortune host spotted at Charlie Kirk honorary degree event. The former Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak has been the chairperson of Hillsdale College's board of trustees since 2019. Okay, so that's what he was doing there. He's been the chairperson of the college's board of trustees. So that's that explains all that. All right, so that's why Pat was there. And yeah, I just want to watch her speech and I want to see what she has to say. Are you guys ready for this? I do have a palette cleanser that we can take a look at throughout. So if anybody's just getting too much of her, let me know. If you want to watch this whole speech without my reaction, feel free to go watch it. It's going to be on the WILX News 10. All right, that's the channel it's on if you want to watch it without my commentary. But sorry, I'm going to be stopping this and commenting anytime I want, as many times as I want. And I'm probably going to be really pretty rude to Erika because, you know, I just can be. So, yeah, I don't know how anybody in that, first of all, I don't know how anybody in this audience, I mean, would you imagine going to your college graduation and this bitch stands up at your commencements and starts talking? Could you even imagine that? I would be so infuriated. I would be pretty much disgusted that I even wasted my time going to this college and getting a degree from a place that honors this just weird ass bitch. Okay. All right. Everybody ready? Crack your knuckles, get your snacks, cleanse, do cleansing breaths. All right, guys, do some deep cleansing breathing. You good? We good? Take a look at the chat too. I'm going to leave it in this smaller screen so we can look at the chat as it goes up because this is people's live reactions to her. So let's watch it.
A lost generation needs some help. And now it's Erika's job to help give it to them. I introduce Erika Kirk.
Wait. What's the deal with our hugs? What's the deal with the cheap ass hugs? That's the first thing I noticed because didn't this bitch absolutely say she hugs everybody the way she hugs JD Vance, where she presses her breasts up against their face and licks their earlobes and stuff like that? Why isn't she doing it here? She claims she hugs everyone like that. Does she not like this guy? What's the deal? First of all, okay? First of all.
Thank you. First, I want to say thank you to Dr. Arn, your beautiful wife, Penny. You guys have been there for me during the darkest moments of my life, so thank you for that. To all of you here, parents, class of 2026, faculty and staff, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to accept the degrees that I'll be receiving later on behalf of myself and Charlie. On a lighter note, yesterday was my wedding anniversary, and I couldn't help but think of a funny story to share with you through obviously a lot of pain, but
okay, well, she immediately has to come up and remind everybody, like, guys, and by the way, I was married to Charlie Kirk. Okay, like, let me share, like, the funniest story with you guys about Charlie Kirk, because, like, I was married to him, and, like, we just had an anniversary, even though he's deceased. By the way, he is deceased. Like, my husband, Charlie, my husband, he's deceased. And, yeah, I'm struggling as a single mother right now, but, like, I just wanted to remind you guys in case you forgot, I was married to Charlie Kirk.
When we got married and we went to our honeymoon the next day, we decided for our honeymoon that it would be a disconnected honeymoon, meaning no computers, no cell phones, just being able to pour into each other.
Oh my God, this bitch. Why did she say pour into each other? And what is she pouring? What is she pouring, and where and why? What is that? Anybody in the chat ever heard of this pouring into? And she says it literally all the time. Like, every time she talks to us, she's like, we're just pouring into each other. Like, it's like I poured into him, and then he poured into me. Like, it was so amazing. Like, we just wanted to sit and, like, pour into each other the whole time. Like, our anniversary was nothing but pouring. We were, like, pouring into each other the whole time. That might be how she retained all of his special skills in order to receive all of these doctorates and awards and all these positions that she's been awarded since Charlie passed away. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he literally, like, poured into her, and through, I've already said this, gizmosis, she has truly gained all of Charlie's attributes. And this is why she's able to receive all these things, all these awards and doctorates and positions, and just, that's might be what it is. That might be the pouring that she's referring to. I call it gizmosis. She calls it pouring into them. Okay. Maybe that's what we're on the same wavelength then. Okay. Maybe that's what it is. Okay.
Plan out what our family life would look like, what type of parents we want to be, what type of spouse we want to be. So really just pour into each other. And so again, no phones, but at the time, Charlie's assistant gave Charlie a bat phone for emergencies. So there was only emergency phone numbers on this phone, nothing else. So when we arrive, we go straight to the gym, because that's what we did. And I'm on one side of the gym, Charlie's on the other, and then all of a sudden, I was thinking, he pulled out the bat phone. And I was like, okay, maybe he's going to put on some music. He loved classic rock. I was like, maybe he's going to put on some music. So I'm on a treadmill. He's over in the weights. And all of a sudden, I hear Dr. Arm's voice.
Oh, so funny, girl.
Coming from the side of the room. And so I walk over to him, and I was like, baby, what are you listening to? He goes, I know. He was like, I'm almost done. He's like, I have to finish just a few more lectures from Dr. Arn. I have a few more certificates I have to get from my online courses at Hillsdale. We're almost there.
Oh, this audio sucks. Should I turn it down a smidgen? Is it too loud? It's really getting on my nerves. Or is it too loud? Or if I turn it down, it seems not to be so bad, but I want to make sure you guys can still hear it. But her voice alone just annoys me and makes me, like, it feels like nails on a chalkboard, or like somebody's like, but even when it's distorted, like, who was saying that? Jay was saying, is it more annoying distorted or not? And let me take a moment. Yes, please. Okay. I'll turn it down a smidge. That's what I was thinking too, but then I wanted to make sure you guys could hear it. Okay. So take a moment to look at the comment section of this as it's going live. They have the live comments up as well. And of course, nobody cares about this, so nobody's watching it. And at the time, there's like 5 comments up, and one of them's like, says President Trump. I don't know what that means. The next one says, lost respect for Hillsdale having any association with Erika Kirk. The next comment says, I sure hope it's not Drewski in a wig. The next one says, Hillsdale, why are you allowing TPUSA? And then somebody else says, fake and gay. We don't know. know. She goes, we don't, or they go, we don't know, no, but we know you chose money and fame. And in this timeline, the darkness comes to light. Hashtag fallen angel eyes. So people, even in like at the time watching this, are just like, bitch. And they're pissed off. They lost respect for Hillsdale College. Like somebody in the chat was saying, like, get up and walk away. Like I would have got up and walked out of there too. Like, you know what? I'll just take I don't even want to be in this ceremony because that's just ridiculous. Like she has to steal the spotlight all the time. Let these kids have their moment. Like they're graduating from college. This is a huge deal in a lot of these people's lives. This is a big deal. And it's like, she has to come out here and just steal it. It's ridiculous.
Skip him. I was like, baby, you do what you got to do. I'm here for it. But I enjoyed it because I was learning about Churchill too. When he was working out, I was working out. It was a great little bonding moment.
Okay, girl.
And every time Charlie finished a Hillsdale program, he would screenshot the certificate of completion and he would send them to me every time. I know he would send them to the team as well. I believe he also sent them to you every time he did them. He was very proud of them and he had every right to be. And Charlie blessed myself and our children with dozens and dozens of journals. He loved to journal. And a lot of them at the top, he would write the topic on the journal and what he was going to be writing about. And my goodness, does he have a ton that say Hillsdale and Dr. Arn. And so those are the ones that I really look forward going through.
Those are the ones you really look forward to going through? Those ones. Of all the journals that he has, allegedly has, yeah, he's got like tons about Hillsdale College. And those are the ones, like that's, out of all of them, those are the ones she like super looks forward to going through. Like so much. Because that's like, you know, that was my husband. Yeah, I would be like, where's the journals about him studying? That's the ones I really want to read first. You know what I mean? I don't want to read the ones that say, you know, anything about like my life, or his feelings or anything. I want to read the college ones. Like, bitch, come on. Already. It's already starting. And somebody says, oh, get her out. They're sick of her over there in the chat too, on their live chat.
As time goes on, because he really...
Yes, AC is 100% correct.
That this institution wasn't
makes up stories.
Normal. It was something that elevated his thinking to be a thought leader and really become a serious person, not just a political talking head, but someone who truly sought out the beautiful things in life, the good, the true. And he really took that seriously because he loved learning, and that's what set him apart, just as all of you. You guys love learning, and I would tell him, and he would like to hear it, but I love telling it because it was honest. I would say, I love learning from you. And so whenever we would have date night...
Girl, get the fuck out of here. You know what? No, I don't believe that for a second.
I would just be like, tell me something that I don't know about the founding fathers, or tell me something about Benjamin Franklin, because he...
You know what? That does sound fake. I mean, who in the world goes out on a date and is like, I love learning from you, honey. Tell me about the founding fathers. Like, tell me about Benjamin Franklin. Like, I really want to know. And honestly, it sounds fake as hell, but you know what? I almost don't doubt that she did that, because, you know, I imagine she probably didn't want to go home after date night and perform the rest of her duties, if you will. And so she was trying to shrivel it up, you know, because who's feeling in the mood after talking about the founding fathers? She's like, you know, almost like, let's talk about your grandma. Like, let's talk about things that, you know, is a huge turn off. So, yeah, I mean, this might actually be true, guys. Like, you know what I mean? Might actually be true. But just note to any other man who would want to try to date her, I mean, you better know some stuff about the founding fathers, because she like really loves to learn about that on dates. That's normal.
He loved learning about Benjamin Franklin, or tell me something about Churchill. He just loved being able to share what he had learned in those moments. And it's more than, and you guys know this, it's more than just memorizing statistics and facts. It's how you are able to absorb such knowledge that elevates your thinking above the noise of this world.
How in the fuck do you know? How do you know? Oh, I forgot. She has 28,000 degrees from 28 different colleges. My bad. So I guess she definitely knows all that. I mean, okay.
And through his learning, Charlie was better able to recognize his duty to pursue truth and to defend liberty. And this responsibility he felt to God, he felt it to our family, to our country, and that was born from what he learned. And Charlie was able to see things on a multi-dimensional level, which was really powerful to witness. He sought to order what was disordered and came to the table with solutions instead of more problems. He was very solution-oriented. That's prime characteristic of an entrepreneur. But he had solutions, whether that be for the government or for the culture. And that's what all of you are called to do also. All of you students here that are graduating.
Oh, goodness.
You have learned about the permanent things, and you share in that responsibility to be a part of the solution for this nation and this world.
Like,
and
if I was those students, I would be vomiting right now. I mean, to have her sit there and try to tell them what they need to do now. Like, this is what you need to start doing now. And to lecture them on anything. Like, girl, you didn't do anything in life. You didn't do anything. You have no qualifications to give these types of speeches to up and coming, graduates. You don't. The only thing that, in my opinion, what I see is that she got with a dude who built a empire. He built a whole entire empire. She got with him. He died, and then she got all his shit. She inherited everything. She didn't work for it. The only job that she may have done, and you know what that is. The only thing she worked on was his diak, okay? In my opinion, allegedly. And so what are you talking about? Like, what qualifications do you have to stand up here and tell anybody how to be an entrepreneur and how to do all these things when you didn't do that shit? You literally took it from a man, no less. Trying to act like you're this big, strong, powerful female. You took everything you have from a man. Girl, what? It's not hitting, girl. It's not hitting. Okay, no. Maybe if you were trying to tell people how to take over empires. I mean, this is the oldest trick in the book. Like, that's the oldest trick in the book. And that's exactly what it seems allegedly like she did. She got with somebody, and then when he passed away, she took all his shit. And the sad thing is we just talked about last week how the parents are in a battle with her in court over the trademark of Charlie Kirk's name. And it's due to the fact that they want to protect Charlie Kirk's children from her taking everything, I guess. I mean, we're going to have to learn more about that as it unfolds, but there's a reason. Some of these things were left for Charlie's children. And it's like, if his mom and dad are fighting her over it, then why is that? Why is that exactly? Is she not saving things for the children, putting things aside for the children, doing things for the children? I don't understand, because if she was, why would the grandparents be fighting for that? I'm just not sure, I'm just not sure. And it's just disturbing. And I just can't believe she's out here trying to lecture people on the future and how to fucking be an entrepreneur and how to live life. Like, bitch, get out of here.
Just to inspire you a little bit more, when Charlie loved to tell the story of how Turning Point USA started. Like all great startups, it started in a garage in Lamont, Illinois. He was fresh out of high school, and he would say he had no money, no connections, and no idea what he was doing. But to the world, that might seem relevant, but to God, it's not. He knew that what the Lord had put on his heart, that was his calling, and that's what he was going to pursue. And God really put a hedge of protection around him as he built and he strived to build something that would outlast him.
How does she know what God did? How does she actually know what God did? She said God put a hedge of protection around him. I mean, like, did God tell you that, girl? Like, how do you know? Or are you just assuming and saying words? It's so annoying.
He founded Turning Point USA to show our lost nation back to its original principles, and he saw the problems in our country. And in a response, he sought to turn a doubting, godless, and defiant nation back to God, to remind a confused nation that our freedoms are not guaranteed and we must sustain them, and point a lost generation back to truth, virtue, and right living.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie used every second he could pursuing the greater good and the greater things of life. I witnessed it firsthand. He was meticulous about his time, down to the second. He knew his calendar so well. And as a couple, we always understood the finitude of life. Not in a depressing way, because if you do look at it too long, you can get depressed about it, but it's not depressing. It's in a way that makes you appreciate life more.
Oh, good Lord.
Because we are all here on this earth for such a short amount of time.
So you have to really gather up all that you can.
Such a short amount of time. And it's so humbling. The contrast between human limitation.
Oh, God.
And God's infinity.
What? It's so humbling. It's so humbling. The limitation of human. What did she say? That doesn't even make sense. What the fuck was that?
Because we are all here on this earth for such
Oh my gosh, she's so annoying, guys. Oh my God. This was so bad.
Amount of time. Such a short amount of time. And it's so humbling. The contrast between human limitation and God's infinity.
What does that mean? Anybody, please, in chat, please. I am so stupid, guys. I don't know what she's talking about. Can somebody enlighten me, please? What does that mean? What does that statement mean? And have you seen this girl be humble yet? She speaks a lot about being humble. Those Zoom calls, all she did was go on and on and on. We have to be humble. We have to be humble. We're all going to be very humble. Everybody's going to be humble. And now she's talking about being humble here. Like, what are you talking about? Please, somebody let me know what that means. Cause I'm just like so stupid, girl. I'm so sorry. I can't get on Erika's wavelength. I just feel so stupid right now. Somebody please help me. What the hell is she talking about?
By our choices, even the smallest ones matter. They matter so much. And through your time as a student at Hillsdale, you've spent years preparing, you spent years learning and being shaped in ways both seen and unseen. And now you find yourself standing at the threshold of a life.
Listening to me up here on stage tell you how to live your life. Isn't that great? Like, girl, literally the comment section's dead. Nobody has anything to say. They're like, get her out of here. Fake, fake, fake. Hillsdale is sold out. And they're like, yep, sold out. They really are like over this girl. And you know, this like, how many minutes are we in now? Like, just shut up. Like, just get to the point. What are you trying to say?
That will no longer be structured for you, but entrusted to you. And that's important, that's special, because what once felt guided will now require direction.
What? I bet you they're sitting there like, oh, sweet Lord. Even the people in the back here, this guy's like, the guy in the back here is like, what? And whoever this is, this must be Pat Sajak right there in the corner we can't see, and he's just falling asleep. He's like, dude, is she even say? She just says words. She says words. It doesn't, like, what do they mean? Because I'm really struggling to understand what she even means right now. Like, I just have no idea. Yeah, word salad, low IQ, indeed.
And what once felt theoretical will now become deeply personally real.
What?
And as you continue forward in life, I want you to kind of embrace the similar blueprint of my husband, where he loved to point out that God made us purposeful beings. And continue forward in life with clarity and intention, and you will come to understand that life is not defined by the abundance of options.
What? Life is not defined by the abundance of options. Like, I can't even understand any of this. I can't believe these poor kids had to sit through this. I can't believe they put these kids through this and ruined their commencement.
But by the weight of the choices that you make within them. And those choices, more often than not, are not dramatic or obvious, but quiet and compounding, forming the blueprint of your lifelong before anyone else can see what you are building.
Oh, that gives us a little insight. I understood that one, didn't you? All those little choices that you make, all those little choices are so quiet and nobody sees what you're trying to do. And then you make all those choices and build what you're trying to build. So nobody can tell what it is. Like, girl, we know what you're saying. I got that. I caught that one. I sure did.
Each of us must order his own house, live rightly and aim for high and beautiful things. And if we do, we may save our souls and perhaps by the mercy of God contribute to the preservation of our country. But what does that mean for you, for the students that are sitting here?
Girl, is she still talking? Oh my goodness gracious. We need a break. We need a second. I need a moment. I need a moment. I can't believe she's still talking. I can't believe anybody's still sitting there and that she is still, in fact, talking. Let's take a look at some cute little kittens and puppies for a second because I need a fucking break. The woman is in just such a bore. Such a bore. I can't. Look how cute. Oh, they're so cute. I just can't with her. Anybody know anything like at all what she's saying? Like at all? Because I sure don't. I'm still, I'll take her advice. Let me see what you guys are saying because we just need a second. We need to take a couple deep breaths, calm down. Those kittens and puppies are so cute. Okay. Leora says, I heard there was a paternity test taken for some reason, but I have no idea if it's true. I heard that a while back. There was some type of paternity test, but I mean, I don't know. I didn't think anything panned out from that, but maybe it's coming. Maybe that's coming back around. I don't know. Where's Kendrick Lamar when you need him? The middle part. Yeah, maybe she's in. And that's the thing. Listen. I have nothing against people who have a shady past, who did some crazy shit in the past, whatever. If you have decided to, because look, we all grow. Every one of us grows up. We grow up. A lot of people do a whole lot of dumb stuff when they're younger. They get in with the wrong crowd. They do things with their friends they shouldn't do. We all have regrets in life, right? But we grow up. As we grow, we change. People say, oh, people can't change. At a certain point, maybe not, but there is a lot of change that happens to you as a human being throughout your life, and you change. And so a lot of people have done dumb things. I don't, the past is the past. You literally can do nothing about the past. It's the past. It's set in stone. There's no changing it. You can only move forward. And if you decide one day, you wake up and you decide, you know what? I think I was an asshole. I was a skeezer. I was a skank. I need to reform my ways. I need to, find God. A lot of people find God, like whatever it might be. Moving forward, you want to change. That's amazing. That's great. And if, Erika Kirk actually did take steps to change and be a different person and be a better person because she had a shady background and a shady past, so be it. But the thing that I have a huge problem with is the fact that she just never comes out and admits that she an asshole and was a skank and was all these things. And she did have all that shady stuff that was going on, allegedly. I mean, we've seen the creepy text messages. We've seen the Romanian angels issues and stories. We've seen the people that, because she's still, I mean, and she's still working with some of those creepy, pervy pastors that are in the middle of lawsuits right now for some horrible, terrible, like, I mean, just unhinged, unbelievable crimes and terrible things that they are accused of. They're in the middle of these lawsuits, and she's still working with them. So my point is, she just doesn't ever take accountability for her past, admit that she did some bad things or did things she's not too proud of, and she wanted to change. And so she decided to change her life. She continues to ignore it and preach about being like such a great person and preach all these things. And it's annoying. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to listen to that, especially when you can't admit that, you have a past and it might not have been great. She literally deleted all of her social media. She tried to hide everything from everybody about her past and, like, make herself a new person without acknowledging the past. And that's where I have a problem. That's where I have a problem. You don't have to discuss it. You don't have to go over it, but at least acknowledge it. At least come out and say, look, yeah, okay, yeah, I did some crazy shit. Okay, it's over and done with. What do you want me to say? It's over and done. The crazy shit's back that way. I'm not doing it anymore. Look at all the good things I've done now. Here's where I'm at. Eventually you'll get on board if you see that I've done enough good things. If not, I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. She just refuses to take accountability for that stuff, in my opinion, allegedly. And that's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. I don't respect. And I certainly don't respect the fact that she comes out here and she preaches like she's done something when she's done nothing. She's done nothing but marry a guy who did all these things. And they just want to put her in his place and just have her continue on this narrative as if she has done these things. And she hasn't. She has not done any of these things. Charlie did all these things. It's terrible to me. It's so terrible. I can't even imagine doing something like that to my husband. Okay. If he passed away and they were like giving awards and doing all these things for my husband, I would never, ever accept that doctorate certificate. I would be like, no, this isn't about me. This was for my husband. Let's honor him. She's up here accepting all this shit. She's like, oh, just another thing to put on my resume, bitch. And I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right, because what has she done? So I don't know. She married somebody and got lucky because he left her everything when he passed away. And the fact that she was, no, I don't know, that, you see the happiness in the Zoom calls and every interview. I have a slew of pictures, and I'm going to do a video, and I'm just going to show over time the pictures of her being happy in every single interview and every single thing right immediately after Charlie passed away. It's really disturbing. It's disturbing to see. I know we're watching this. I'm chatty, sorry, but how digressed did y'all watch her? Miss Arizona interview questions and her response. Yeah, I saw some of those. I haven't reacted to that yet. I've seen it. I think I have the video somewhere, but I would like to react to those sometime. Lior is cooking. All right. Yeah. Yes, Mark heard that. You know what I'm talking about. Mark knew what I was talking about right there. She's like, you make all these little small decisions. Nobody sees what you're doing. Each decision leads up to something different. It's like, girl, I agree. Poor graduates and those parents who attended. Oh, I'd be so pissed. I would be so mad. I just feel like that ruined it, That's a huge deal to these kids. And that's what I don't think she's understanding when she's dealing with these young people. It's like she had to come in and just like lay her stench all over it. Okay, I'm really not a moron, but this textile can't worth a shit. What I meant to say, the first date, she already knew the introduction. In the end of the date, that's when she did Benjamin Franklin. Yeah. Okay. Heard Charlie was meeting with attorneys because he was finding out more specifics he had not known or believed in the past. Yeah, I've heard I've heard some of those things too, Leora. I definitely have heard that. And that could very well be. I mean, it could very well be. I would think that the attorneys though would have came out and said something by now, or somebody would have confirmed it by now. I wish we could have some true confirmation from people who dealt with him in the days leading up to his unaliving, because we all think there's way more to the story than what we're actually seeing out here right now. Poor Aja. She's having a bad day. She can't see, she can't talk, but one damn thing she can do is hear her damn voice. I hear you. I know. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna check that out, Leora. I love the Leah file. She's so on point with stuff. I definitely need to check that out and see about that, because that's interesting. The timing's very interesting on all that stuff. It really is. Yeah, I think any person has. Yeah, I agree too. And there's, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, people have a past. Everybody has a past. We can't go back and change a single thing from the past. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to move on and, just take accountability for it. You know what I mean? And say, look, I did this and this. Okay. And like, it's done. I'm not doing that now. So what's it matter? It's like she just wants us to ignore it and overlook it and assume that she's been this saint the whole time, when she definitely has not. And the fact that she changed in the blink of an eye is also very strange to me. From her speech patterns to everything she was doing before she met Charlie. And that first interview I showed, or that first interview or podcast Charlie did with her the day they got engaged, or the next day after they got engaged, she was a totally different person. She acted differently. She was talking differently, whatever. And then it's like, now you see her now and she's like this different persona. It's just weird. It's creepy. And I don't think that people change that quickly when they are trying to change. There's a lot of things you have to battle when you're trying to change your whole entire belief system and you're trying to change your personality to be a better person. You don't just do that one day, wake up and be like, I'm so cool. And I'm just like a totally different person today. That's just not how it works.
For the graduates, it means that responsibility has now settled upon you. And that's very important. Not as a burden meant to overwhelm you, but as a calling meant to ground you.
Lord, this is
and starting tomorrow, you are now in a position where truth must be pursued and defended. And that responsibility comes from your identity as Christians, as Americans, and as graduates of Hillsdale College.
Can you believe she even said that? Truth must be pursued and defended. I guess that's one of those do as I say, not as I do moments, I guess. You know what I mean? I assume. Because she says that, but then she's out here. I can't stand the hypocrisy. Is just so ridiculous.
Because to the world, they believe truth is something to be reshaped. But to all of us in this room...
Do you believe her right now? Do you believe the audacity?
It is something to be honored.
Oh my God.
If you are going to live as a purposeful being, then aim high at worthy things. Because purpose is not something that just drifts into your life. It is formed through what you attend to, what you think about, what you return to when your thoughts start to wander over and over again. And
I don't think that made sense either. Purpose is not what into your life? That's so weird.
As Christians, as Americans, and as graduates of Hillsdale College. Because to the world, they believe truth is something to be reshaped. But to all of us in this room, it is something to be honored. If you are going to live as a purposeful being, then aim high at worthy things, because purpose is not something that just drifts into your life. It is formed through what you attend to, what you think about, what you return to when your thoughts start to wander over and over again. And over time, your thoughts become your priorities.
Oh my word.
Your priorities become your direction, and your direction becomes unmistakably your life. What you seek in life, you will get.
I can't believe she's still talking. I mean, I'm in shock. I'm actually in shock that this is still going on.
If you're seeking the ugly, the conspiracy, the pain, you'll find it.
And if you're seeking, why would she even bring that up in a commencement speech? Why would she even, what is the point of saying that? If you're seeking the conspiracy, you'll find it. What? What in the world does that have to do with anything, girl?
In the good and the true and the beautiful, you will find that as well.
Oh my word.
For example, if what occupies your mind is comfort, you will, with remarkable consistency, build a life that avoids difficulty and seeks ease. If it is pleasure, you will find ways to arrange your life around it. And while you may succeed in achieving both comfort and pleasure, you may also find, perhaps to your own surprise, that they are incapable of sustaining the weight of a meaningful life.
Girl. Guys, am I the only one feeling this way? Honestly, let me know in chat. What are your emotions at this point in time? I am literally exhausted. This was exhausting. This was the most ridiculous thing I think I've heard in a long time. I cannot believe she's still talking. I don't even know what she's saying. Literally, somebody strung a bunch of words together on a piece of paper, and she's just speaking this. I guarantee you she doesn't even know what she just said. I guarantee you if she left this speech and somebody said, "What did you say about purpose and meaning?" she'd be like, wait, what? I mean, I really feel like this went in one ear and out the other as she spoke it and then deletes it from her mind, never to say any of it or think any of it again, allegedly, in my opinion. It's like, this isn't her thoughts, I don't think. I think this is somebody else wrote this down for her and she's just reading it. And honestly, it's just a lot of words strung together to try to act like it meant there's a point. I'm literally exhausted. This is ridiculous. I feel so bad for these kids. I cannot believe she did this to them. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Because you are not made for a life that asks nothing of you. You are made for something higher, something that calls you upward rather than settles you downward. At the center of that life, it must be Jesus Christ, always. To love him and to serve him, because he is the axis upon which all other priorities turn. That was our family's priority. It still is, to serve the Lord. And it's the lens by which everything else flows through. Along with that, Charlie would often encourage people, like Dr. Arn said, to get married young, not rushed, but young. And congrats to those who...
And who get married young? Yeah, get married young. Just hurry up and get married.
Been married or are married in this room, but it's special. You'd also say have more kids than you can afford.
And literally, I don't think anybody says that nowadays because nobody can afford kids at all. Like, nobody can even afford to have a wedding. And I don't know why she's even giving out these little tidbits of like advice, I guess. Yeah, guys, hurry up and get out there and get married and have like a whole bunch of kids. It's like, they're literally graduating from college. Probably half of them, more than half of them, probably do not have a job, and they are so in debt they can't even imagine. They're terrified of the future, and you got this wacko up here telling them what to do.
But I just want to encourage all of you, to the men, you are called to provide. You are called to lead, to anchor your families in strength and consistency. To the women, you are called to nurture, to build, to shape lives with wisdom and endurance. These are not secondary callings. They are among...
Whoa. Bitch, what? It's not a secondary calling? So you mean that should be your priority no matter what? Like, that's what cracks me up. Does she even hear what she's even saying? Ladies, your job is to nurture and this and this and this, yet you're not at home nurturing your own children and nurturing your own family. You are everywhere else doing everything else. And so, you're saying this is like something you have to do, and this is not like a secondary calling. This is their priority. So why are you standing here even out here doing any of this stuff? Because you shouldn't be doing this. Shouldn't be your priority. This shouldn't be a secondary priority to take care of your children and to have your family. Like, there's just no excuse for this because she is rich. She has no need to be out here doing any of this stuff. This is all, in my opinion, this is all things she wants to do. She chooses to do because she doesn't have to do any of that. You know what I mean? When you have all that money, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You can literally just go buy a beautiful home and raise your children in peace and just be happy. I mean, I don't understand. You're out here saying this isn't a second priority. Like, absolutely not. So why is it for you a second priority? And that's okay. You can't stand up here and tell people and advise people on things that you are doing the total opposite. Allegedly.
One of the most significant ways a life can be rightly ordered. And so in closing, as you journey along, pursue truth and defend liberty. Like I said before, love your country. I've said this many times and I'll say it again. Our country is not perfect, but my goodness, is she good. And we live in the greatest nation ever.
Girl, be done.
This country preserves life. Love your country because we have the right to property and the freedom to speak and serve God.
Bitch.
Defend and preserve it for your children and pursue learning your whole life. It's important. Read great books. Challenge yourself. Build and maintain deep friendships. The world you are entering will not always affirm what you know to be true. In many ways, it will challenge it. It'll distort it. And at times, it will oppose it.
Oh my
It's good. Challenge is a good thing. But please know this. Your responsibility is not to reflect the world. Quite honestly, if you want to make a difference in the world, it's very hard to do that when you look just like it. As Christians, we are in the world, not of it. It's a good reminder. But my husband's life and how he lived was a fantastic blueprint for that. And that's why our entire team as well at Turning Point USA is dedicated and determined to continue the work that my husband started.
Oh, plug in Turning Point USA. Talk about the team. Got to get that plug in there.
But don't forget this moment, being in this room, parents and students alike.
They're like, bitch, we're not going to forget this as long as we live, girl.
This is a special moment. Soak it all in. You've worked hard for this. You've earned it. And as you start day one as a graduate.
Oh my God, she's still talking. She's still talking. You know what, Sasquatch? You're 100% correct in what you're saying. I think that's exactly what's going on here. She thinks that what she says and what she's saying right now is so super important. She's like, no, this is like the most important thing these kids are ever going to hear in their life. Okay. Like, literally nothing's going to top this. They are honored and blessed for me to even be here. And I'm going to give them some super advice. Somebody write this up for me. Blake, get over here and write me a speech. Like, make sure it's like really good. I can't believe it's still happening. I'm like in shock. This is actually kind of hilarious to me at this point. Like, she's still talking about it. She's still talking to these kids.
Carefully, choose wisely, and aim not at what is easy or immediate, but what is beautiful and true.
Yeah, girl.
Knowing that a life lived this way without compromise is a life that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Not only for what it achieves,
Yeah,
but for what it preserves.
I know that's right.
God bless you, class of 2026, and God bless America. Thank you.
Do not.
Yes, girl. God bless the fact that you are done. God bless that you are done. Honest to goodness, God bless it. I cannot. I can't deal with it. I mean, what in the world was that, guys? Seriously. Like, what the Oh gosh. All right. I need to know what you guys think. Let me know what you're thinking of this. Like does anybody listening to that whole thing, is there one thing that you've taken away from it? Like, what did you come to understand about the words that came out of her mouth in that speech? Let me know. Is there one thing in particular that you learned or could take away from this? Because you know how somebody will come up and they'll give like a speech and you'll take away like a message from that speech. You might not remember the entire speech, but you're like, you know what? They're right. You know, I should challenge myself more or whatever, anything at all that came out of this, because honest to goodness, I don't understand the point of more than half of the things that she actually said. It was like a do as I say, not as I do thing. It's just, I cannot telling them, get married young and have a bunch of children. For what? Why? Because pretty soon, a lot of people are not even gonna be able to have jobs. Like, there's gonna be no jobs left because we're gonna have AI and robots taking tons and tons of jobs. Why would you encourage people to just have a whole bunch of children when you know the world they're bringing these children into is very terrible right now? I mean, and people can't afford to live. Like, they can't afford to get leave their parents' home. They can't afford to buy their own house. They can't afford to pay their college tuition off. These kids are sitting there with loans out the ass, and they got to listen to this lady who's rich as hell and doesn't have to be up here in their faces, and yet she chooses to get up here in their face, try to give them advice. It's just something else. Drive me crazy, right? Yeah, she can share that money. I mean, what is it? What is it that you took away from this speech? Anybody at all? Anybody at all? Yeah. Back to the do as I say, not as I do. Exactly. This is before or after she was taking a break. This is during the break. I think she's still in the break process. So I think this is like during the break at this time that she was doing this. It was like during her little break that she was no longer going to be, she wanted to be home with her kids. So this is like part of that. You know what I mean? It's how she does. There's lots of ways to be home with your kids. This happens to be one of them, evidently, allegedly, They're all probably old enough to drink now that she's done. Exactly. That was so long. It felt like, I know it probably wasn't, but 10 minutes maybe, right? It felt like an hour. It felt like an eternity. It felt like, yeah, like Sasquatch is saying, like they literally all just turned 21 and are old enough to drink now because, she said, honey, tomorrow could not come any faster for these graduates. You know what? You're absolutely right, LW. She's lecturing to people who are smarter, more moral, and better truth seekers than she is. That is a fantastic point, actually. Yeah, these kids are way smarter than she is. Very much more moral, in my opinion, and better truth seekers. You're 100%. Could you imagine having to listen to that, knowing that you're like way smarter than this lady, and just all of them all together, just like way better as everything, like as a human being, way better than this woman, and they have to listen to this. I couldn't even imagine. I honestly feel so terrible for these people, for these kids, and the parents too that had to put up with this. I mean, yeah, I don't know Aja, I don't know what's up with all the dripping and pouring. I'm just, yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, the pouring into thing is like super weird. She pours into everything, and everybody pours into her, allegedly, I guess. I was like, it's kind of weird. It's so weird. Yeah, right. Not one mention of their many accomplishments. Erika Kirk is going to take everybody's jobs. That's true. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. That's a good point too, Mark. Oh my gosh, that's such a good point. If she ran an orphanage, why doesn't she ever encourage people to adopt? I never even thought of that. That's a good catch. And that is such a good question. You would think, yeah, you would think somebody that ran an orphanage for all that time would definitely be, telling people to adopt. Like, there's so many kids in this world, I can't. I cannot. Let's see. Yeah, humanity training. Indeed, Tums. Indeed. Yeah. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. She just does too much. It's always too much, honestly. That whole thing was just too much. Those poor kids. I'm sorry to the kids in Hillsdale that just graduated. That had to have been god awful. I would love to talk to somebody who was in there and was sitting in that during that speech. I really wish my channel was bigger so people could see and talk to me. I would love to sit down and talk with one of them like, how did you feel listening to that? And let's see, she can't suggest adopting she can't suggest the adopting thing. She would have to say what happened to the kids she helped. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh my gosh. Well, moving past that god awful speech, I just, again, if you did take anything away from that, definitely let me know down in the let me know in the comments. I would love to know if you understood anything about that or what she meant, like anything. It was horrible. So Blake Neff. Okay. So Blake Neff. Let me back up. Trisha Hope from the national delegate, I think Texas, I think that's the whole name there. She says, why wasn't Andrew Kolvet's wife with him at the White House Correspondents' dinner? Right? Simple question. She's just like wondering. That's all, right? I don't find this as an attacking question. I don't find this like a degrading question. I just think she was like, oh, that's weird. Why wasn't his wife with him? So Blake hops in, of course. Blake Neff, our first Blake, bald-headed bastard, Bart and Ernie Blake, the left nutsack. He says, instead of posting deranged rumor mongering at 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning, have you considered that you could look this up or use your brain? White House correspondent dinners are all held by press outlets. Everyone else is there by invitation. Now, do you even know? How do you even know he was offered a +1? Andrew lives in Phoenix and has 3 children. How do you know his wife would want to fly 5 hours across the country to attend one dinner? Like, bitch, what? Can you believe this asshole? Can you really believe this asshole? Over that question that she asked? Just like, why wasn't his wife with him at the correspondence dinner? And he flipped out this bad about it? Talking about like, I don't know, talking about like rumor mongering and being deranged on a Sunday morning. Talk about that. And then you got Blake's post here. Literally, how is it like deranged rumor mongering to ask a fucking question? I can't with him. I just want to shine his bald head. So Trisha comes back and says, good morning, Blake. Just catching up on this now. According to reporting from the Washington Post and other outlets, White House Correspondents' Dinners invitation extended through news organizations do typically include a +1 or additional guests for invitees. As a quick illustration, here's a small sample of spouses who attended the 2026 event. Melania Trump, Jeanette Rubio, Jennifer Rochette Hegseth, Cheryl Hines, Katie Miller, Rachel Duffy, Liz Wright, Sharon Landry, Christy Mullen, Caroline Levitt with husband Nicholas Rico. She was very pregnant. Amy Bayer, Caroline Decker, Brianna Keelar. From what's publicly documented, the only Turning Point USA affiliates in attendance were Andrew Kolvet and Miss Erika Kirk. Andrew attended without his wife. It's also worth noting that Charlie Kirk himself never attended the White House Correspondents' dinner. Interestingly, Erika's invitation appears to have come from Fox News, despite the network's well-known boycott of Charlie following the 2020 election. One might have expected reciprocity on her part, yet she accepted their invitation. For Andrew's wife, staying home with her 3 children, I commend that choice. Raising a family often means prioritizing responsibilities over cross-country travel for an event like this. One might think Erika would feel similarly, especially so soon after her loss. Instead, she chose to attend, apparently to speak her mind directly to those she feels have attacked her. What stands out most is the striking contrast. Just 11 days after Charlie's unaliving, she publicly forgave the man charged with it. Yet she has shown no such forgiveness toward the journalists and outlets she believed targeted her. She can forgive the unaliver, but not those who merely spoke a cross word against her. There's a word for that kind of selective grace. I have to say, you guys have destroyed Turning Point in record time. Charlie deserved so much better. Have a great day. She literally told him off so bad. I'm just like, wow. She was like, she just basically like bitch slapped the shit out of him. Okay. She bitch slapped the shit out of that dude. That was like super refreshing. Honestly, super refreshing. And I don't know, did Blake answer this? Let's go in here and see if he did. Project Constitution comes in and says, looks like he got caught lying again. Somebody says, I heard Mikey McCoy attended the event as well. Do you know if there is any truth to that? I also heard that Erika received an invitation from People magazine. Trish said, I searched everything. I saw only Erika and Andrew were there. I also read it was Fox News who invited her. Sarah says, stop lying about Charlie's relationship with Fox. He hosted Fox and Friends last summer. Don't quote 2020 as if it's the relevant relationship. And Trisha says, why? They abandoned him and all of us when it mattered. That is the most important part. Duh. Oh my goodness. Someone needs to take Blake's phone away. He literally couldn't possibly make himself look like more of a slimy piece of crap if he tried. I mean it. This is hilarious. Okay, you have a really funny definition of destroyed. They are still making a huge positive impact. More chapters, more employees, more finances. You and the other Candace cultists just go around slandering, gossip mongering, and making wild false accusations or allegations. My bad. Oh my goodness. This is funny. I can't believe people actually believe the shit that she says. Look at this. How do you know she hasn't forgiven the journalist? Did she tell you that? Just because she wants to connect with them and let them get to know her doesn't mean she hasn't forgiven them. Don't assume things. Unreal. Yeah, I love it when public figures are out here on the internet posting all the shit they like to do. Posting videos of themselves, going to interviews, doing all this, okay? Then when you ask a question about, like, hey, what's her name? Why wasn't Andrew's wife there? They literally all gang up on her, freak out on her, call her names, trash her, do all this shit. Blake's like leading the charge, like kicking her when she's down type of, I don't know, that's the vibe I'm getting, like just, over here. Because, bitch, and it just cracks me up. Like, they're all public figures. People are going to ask questions about them. People are going to have opinions about them. People are going to weigh in on them. They're going to assume things. They're going to allege things. It's all just what happens. This is like, how old are these people? How long have they been in this thing we call life and seeing this stuff go on? And yet they act so shocked and surprised when somebody has a question they just want answered. If these people wanted to live a private life, they shouldn't be out here in public and posting videos of them doing all this shit out in public. You know what I mean? Andrew did posted a selfie video, I believe right after the assassination attempt on Trump. Then he did a phone interview with what's his name. So he's been talking about this. He's been showing that he's there, given this, like, here I am. I was at the dinner. I'm at the White House Correspondents Center. Look at me. I'm at the White House Correspondents Center. Like, oh my God, I was the only one invited, me and Erika. Like, here I am. And then when somebody asks them questions about it, they're like, that's private. This is private information. You don't know anything about my life. You shouldn't be making accusations. You shouldn't be inquiring about this. You're a bunch of jerks. Like, bitch, get out of here. If you don't want to answer the question, that's one thing. If Andrew's like, look, I don't want to get into why she wasn't there. All right, think what you want. It's none of y'all's business. I don't want to get into it. Just say that. Just say that. I mean, it is people's business because you're a public figure at this point and you're putting yourself out there. But if that's how you feel in the moment, just say, look, I don't think it's your business. I don't really want to make it your business right now. I'm not going to talk about it. But you don't have to attack people for simply asking questions and wanting they're curious about things. That's just what happens. People get curious about things. It's just a shame. The way they react and the shit that they do is just so disgusting and disturbing. I honestly can't believe people actually support them in any way. I can't believe they still have supporters with the way their little minions run out here and act. It's honestly the most unchristian, disgusting behavior I've seen yet. It truly is. Just disgusting. What happened to turning the other cheek? What happened to trying to, be nice to other people to try to kind of spread that type of attitude? Because here's the thing. If somebody asks you a question and you answer them nicely, you're just kind of making like a little nice vibes, right? You're just nice vibes. You're sending out nice, wholesome vibes. If somebody asks you a question and you're answering them in a way like Blake did, being real shitty with them and trying to make them feel bad, those vibes aren't nice anymore. Like, as a Christian, you shouldn't be trying to send out nasty vibes into the universe. You just shouldn't. That's not the right things to do. Like, don't send them vibes out. Why do you have to answer it like that? He didn't have to act like that. So stupid and ignorant and rude, and just makes me so pissed off. So back to the original comment section post. Somebody posted this. Here's Blake Neff. There he is. I love it. There's the freedom shirt because they wear the same shirt Charlie was unalived in. Erika was Andrew's +1. The rumor mills are turning. Thanks for your help, Blake the Snake. Real proud of yourself, aren't you, wee fella? And then here he is. And Fifi out says the Aspen video would help dispel rumors too, Blake. I don't think we got a solid answer of why him and Erika were there in the first place. Charlie never went to one of those. You freaks really need to stop acting like you own Charlie's name and his legacy. You don't own shit. No one likes you people. Everyone liked Charlie. Oh, here we go. That's literally all this lady does. It actually makes me roll my eyes every time I see her say something else retarded. Because one time I made the mistake of conversing with it and providing proof like it asked. And in the end, it responded as if I didn't just prove a point, basically ignoring the point of what I said. She is a waste of space/time on here for that reason. Yeah, okay, girl. This is literally all this lady does. It actually makes me realize every time. One time I made the mistake of conversing with it. Now she's calling her it. Like, okay, girl. And, just you saying that you provided proof and she ignored it. I don't see this. This woman's pretty straightforward. The woman who posted this. She's pretty straightforward. I don't see her ignoring like an actual piece of proof. It was probably proof to something she didn't ask for, or side proof, or how they give their kind of proof is different from like the real world's kind of proof. Why wouldn't she go? From the looks of it, it looks like all the important people were there. Her husband was there. This is something that a husband would and wife would normally do together. Of all the places to go somewhere together, this would be the place. So obviously there's trouble in paradise, just like everyone is saying. You cannot hide it forever. If they're divorcing, it will come out. And I pray to God that whatever is on her conscience every day she tells the world about. Not everyone are psychopaths like you, Andrew and Erika. Ooh, snap. Oh, somebody said, why weren't you invited? I thought you finally mattered. That was the best one yet. They said, why wasn't you invited, Blake? I thought you actually mattered now. Oh my God, that was epic. That made my day. That was so good. I wish Blake would answer that one. Did he? No. Duchess said Andrew took his other bitch. Okay. These comment sections are brutal. They are brutal. Oh my goodness. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah, so I don't know why Blake is freaking out about, just a simple question. It's like, when they do that, and that's the thing I think Blake doesn't seem to grasp yet, is that when somebody asks a simple question and you freak out and you immediately like over explain and like just kind of like try to pound them down with your answer and make them feel like shit and just go straight, like just crazy on the answer, you give away the fact that there's something more to the story. Because honestly, like I said, he could have just been like, oh, I don't know. Or here, let me tag Andrew. He can answer that. I mean, that's not even that big of a question. It's like, why didn't his wife go? I mean, honestly, what's so big deal about that? The way Blake answered that, though, that is a huge red flag to tell us all that there is more to the story. There's somebody hit a button. Like, Blake's buttons are so easy to push, and you can clearly see which buttons to push because he like throws temper tantrums every time someone pushes one of those buttons. So everybody can clearly see what they are at this point. And evidently Andrew and his wife, there's more to that story, allegedly. And I'm going to look into it. I'm going to start looking into that because I would like to know. And I feel like the way Blake reacted has definitely shown us that, yes, there's probably more to the story, allegedly, in my opinion. Allegedly. Yeah. Yeah. So moving on to the other Blake. You've got Blake number 2, and that is Blake Bednarz. Okay, so let's discuss Blake Bednarz for just a tiny moment. So you guys all know Candace mentioned Blake on her show the other day, and she was trying to clarify some of the things that were going on between her and Blake and how she felt like perhaps she was they were trying to set her up to fall into some type of trap to show some type of footage or say some types of things that would imply that accusation against Brian Harpole that Blake Bednarz actually has, because Blake thinks that, Brian Harpole did the unaliving. And so Candace kind of felt some vibes, right? She just got her vibes and they weren't feeling right. And so she kind of quit dealing with Blake Bednarz altogether after he had sent her this video clip or file, after he sent her this file, which evidently contained a video clip that was like the most important clip to surface in the Charlie Kirk unaliving. This is the case solving clip. As soon as everybody sees it, the case is going to be solved and end of story. And evidently Blake Bednarz truly must think that, because he then went on a kind of sort of rampage all across social media asking, why in the hell won't Candace show this footage? She's not showing it. She's not showing it. She's not showing it. It's all he kept saying. And he went everywhere on everyone's channels, all over X, everywhere somebody said something about it, he would post. And so basically we all know who he is now, right? Because he threw such a fit. When you're Candace Owens and you have such a huge following and you have people that love you and just as many people that hate you, you really have to be careful with everything you do, everything you say, who you deal with, who you let into your outer circle, your inner circle. I mean, you have to be smart and you have to do things slowly, and you have to do things, you have to research a lot before you even say some of the things that she says, right? And so when she got some vibes from Blake, she decided not to pursue that angle for whatever reason out in the open, right? On her channel. She decided she's not going to show the clip. She's not going to talk about it. She's not going to bring up his name and say he sent her this clip and here it is and here's what he's saying. She opted out of doing anything with that clip, the file, whatever it is, which now let me remind you, we have no idea what that 3 gigabyte file entailed. We don't know what's in that file. There could have been multiple clips of smaller videos, like multiple video clips. There could have been one large file. There could have been no videos at all. There could have been posts or whatever. It could be anything, right? And he claims it's this big video from the UVU behind Charlie Kirk. And it was like, I think in his mind, he thinks it's what's going to solve the case. Honestly, that's what I think. But he's been also showing the video all over social media. So people have seen the video. I'm pretty sure millions of people at this point have seen the video that he's talking about because he showed it to he sent it to Candace, but he's also been showing it himself. And so he's still really mad and wants to know why Candace won't show the video. Why won't she show it on her channel? Like, why? And so a lot of drama's unfolding. Candace mentions him on her show and she says, this is the story. This is what happened. And this is why I didn't decide to show anything or discuss anything to do with this Blake and this and this and this. When she did that, of course, Candace wouldn't want people out here. Candace wouldn't want people out here. How do I want to say? Like attacking people on her behalf. She wouldn't want that because people are attacking her and her family. And she's in a lot of shit right now and people are going after her family. It's not cool. But she wouldn't want people to go after, especially the guy's family. Come on. But people are out here doing that. According to Blake, tons of people are out here attacking him and his family. And so he decides, he's going to hop on to Dank's channel and he's going to show his receipts and show people that, yes, he did send this video and he wasn't trying to be sneaky or shady in any way. So he shows his receipts and then the next day he posts that he's out of here. He's done on social media because all these guys like Ian Carroll and, Candace Owens and what's his name? Baron Coleman and all those guys are trying to ruin his life. They ruined his life, basically. They've ruined his damn life. So he's done on social media. Well, today he's back. And he posted this video that I want to share with you guys because it's still going on and on and on about this whole stupid ass Candace not showing the video thing. And it's like now it's like really fucking weird at this point. Like you did it you've already said all this. It's over with. She ain't showing it. So what's the problem? So let me show this to you guys. I want to know your honest reaction. What do you honestly think about this? Does Candace showing the video matter? Does Blake have any right to assume or tell her what she's going to put on her show? What do you think about Blake's character? Do you think he's trying to be transparent and whatever? I mean, I thought at the time he was on Danks' channel, he was being transparent with his receipts. He wanted to show people that he actually did send it and he wasn't trying to, work with anybody on the side or do anything like super shady. Now, did he prove that? I don't know, but I think it was important to show that he was at least trying to. So anyways, let's look at his post. He says, Jesse, meaning Jesse on Fire, is a deceptive piece of shit. Check this out, y'all. Top/middle are from Jesse's Attack Blake show today, and the bottom is reality. Jesse is using my words about the video from behind Charlie and Candace, from behind Charlie that Candace sat on for 6 months. Deceptively to fit the lie that Candace is pushing about me in the UVU review video. Ian Carroll and Real Jesse on Fire. I see y'all now. More on this tomorrow, meaning today, and I'm waiting to see if he does, post anything else today.
All right.
But so he says the top and the middle videos are what Jesse is saying, and then the bottom video is what he's actually saying. And for some reason, he's trying to allude that Jesse is twisting his words or something like that. Let's see, let's see what these words actually are. Let's see if Jesse twisted them or what.
Amen. Embarrassing. He's like, oh, hey, I've got some spotlight. Candace talked about me on her show. You're like, hey, man, what are you going to do with the attention? He's like, I'm going to make sure that no one respects me and I embarrass myself. It's like, all right, that's one way to go. So if you don't know who Blake Bednarz is, you're going to find out right now. I'm sure a lot of you guys do know. But if you don't know my history with him, he flaked on our debate that he campaigned for 2 months, 3 months even. Jesse, have me on. Come on, let's debate. And behind the scenes too, let's do this thing, man. Let's do it. And I was like, all right, man, let's have a debate. Now, Blake is, I'm sure if you're watching this, you already know who he is. But he has had a huge problem with Candace, right? And he had released a hidden video that he took of him talking to Candace. And so I did a live stream about it. I was like, this guy's got some brass balls, man. You know, I'm like, I never understand people who are like, yeah, I'm going to pick a fight with her. It's like, you sure did?
Yeah, really.
Have you been watching the movie that is her life? Because people don't generally fare very well when they pick fights with her. Like, I can't think of anybody actually who has done very well, you know? That's one of the reasons that I was always undefeated in any kind of, you know, conflicts that I pick is I'm really good at picking opponents, you know? I'm not like the toughest guy. I'm not the smartest guy. I just am really good at picking people out where I'm like, nope. That's a person you want to be your friend, not an enemy. But
yeah, you got to pick your battles, basically, you know. And I don't see that he says, like, right at this point, I really don't see what Jesse is saying up until this point, at least, right? That's wrong. I don't see anything that he's saying that's twisting Blake's words or anything that's wrong. He's just making an analogy, like a kind of an analogy, like a point, like he's being funny. It's saying like, Candace mentioned me and what am I going to do? I'm going to go and make it so everyone can't stand me. He's not really saying that's what Blake actually said. He's just saying like, that's the attitude Blake had. And I don't know if Blake's not understanding that, if he thinks that Jesse's trying to say he actually said those words. I'm not real sure, but that's kind of where what I think he may be thinking, which then would tell me like something's not right, because obviously he wasn't trying to say that Blake actually said, let me make everyone hate me. Like, that's not what he meant. Like, I think we all can take that away, right? That he didn't truly mean that was a quote from Blake, that he said, I'm going to make everyone hate me. I don't think any of us think that's a quote from Blake, but I honestly think maybe Blake thinks that's what's going on. But anyways, I don't see anything Jesse's saying as too bad. If that's the worst thing somebody says about me, I'd be happy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't say much. He just said he flaked out on an interview we were going to do together.
Bednarz, kind of the opposite. Anyway, she did that because Blake Bednarz had made an enemy of her for some reason, right? Like, because he was upset that she had not like used footage that he demanded that she use or something. I don't know, whatever. So now we're going to watch his crash out and we're going to add some commentary, you know, as a person who's dealt with him a little bit. And by the way, if you guys have not subscribed to my channel yet, that's deep right there. It's like an arrow to my heart. You guys want me to bleed out on camera? I will. Just don't subscribe and don't like the video and I'll bleed out internally while I cry. All right, let's watch this.
Basically begging her to finally show this video. I mean, she blatantly says it's a much longer video I have. I don't understand the thought process. I do not understand what would possess her to want to sit on this footage month after month after month after month after month. September, October, December, January. I think I said 5. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, let me ask a simple question here, because why does it matter if you understand? Like, nobody cares if you understand. She don't have to do anything. Like, she doesn't work for you. She doesn't have to do anything you want her to do. She doesn't have to explain why she doesn't do it. She doesn't have to, like, it's not your show, it's ours. And if you send her a file and she doesn't see things, like, she's not seeing what you think she should see and she doesn't think it's important, maybe that's because she's seen tons of footage and maybe she's seen something even better than that, even more direct than what you showed her. Maybe at this point, that footage is literally irrelevant in what she's pursuing at this time. Perhaps she might see something in the footage that she doesn't want to draw attention to, and so she's not going to bring it up. But by him sitting here and questioning her and what she should be doing, it's weird. Like, who are you that you have any right to question anything that woman puts on her channel? It doesn't make, like, she didn't sign a contract with you saying that if you send her this file, she's going to do this, this, and this. She just wanted to see the file. When she saw it, then she saw it. She doesn't have to put it out there. And if I'm understanding this correctly, Blake himself has put that file out already, and people have seen it. And so why would Candace, why would she have to as well if he's already done it? Like, what is it about Candace putting it out that's like making him so upset? I just don't understand. I completely don't understand what his problem about that is.
Maybe she didn't find it as compelling as you did. Maybe.
Exactly.
Maybe.
She was shown this video on a FaceTime September the 19th. September the 19th, she's FaceTiming. But on January the 6th, we're not allowed to see the video yet. We're just going to see this still image of the screen recorded, I guess. That's never explained. We'll get there. This is what prompted me to literally maybe a few million, maybe somewhere between, I don't know, 2.5 to 5 million views on different videos and photographs, you know, basically begging her to finally show this.
That's what I'm not understanding. If he had 2 million views on these videos and photographs and people already saw it, why are you begging her to show it too? It's weird. That doesn't make sense. It's like, and the fact that he honestly is still out here going, like, why isn't she showing this? Why won't she show my footage? Why won't she show it? I don't understand why she would sit on this. I don't understand what her mindset is and why she wouldn't do this or do that. It's not for you to understand. It's none of your business. It doesn't matter. What part of her doing anything on her show involves his opinion? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's weird. It's so weird. Like, he's making this claim on her content, like she should be doing this, and he's just like completely, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, somebody being like that attached to a, like, so single-minded on that. It's weird. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she wants to show it or not, especially if he's already shown it. Why would she show it too? That makes no sense.
Video. I mean, she blatantly says it's a much longer video I have. I don't understand the thought process. I do not understand what would possess her to want to sit on this footage month after month after month after month after month. September.
He played this twice.
I don't know. I don't know.
This doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to the narrative. Doesn't make sense to anybody that knows anything about guns. It just doesn't. Okay, Charlie was in pretty good shape, except for where he had the wound on his neck that we all saw, the graphic video that we.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that?
Embarrassing. He's like, oh, hey, I've got some spotlight.
What do you guys think of that? Because I'm super like confused at the whole attitude about it and why he's like getting mad about it. I mean, I don't think it matters one way or another, right? Who cares? Who cares if she shows it, especially if you've already shown it? People already saw it. What does it matter if she does too? And it's just, I don't know. It's just strange. And now he's like mad at Jesse. And all Jesse said was that he flaked out on stopping by the show. But he's like, Jesse's a deceptive piece of shit. Jesse's using my words about the video to fit the lie Candace is pushing. And I didn't see that. Did you guys get that from that at all? Or am I just missing something? Please let me know here in the chat. I don't know if I just totally missed it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how Jesse's being deceptive. I just don't understand. I've been very suspicious of him because he had that footage within 2 weeks of the actual event. Make that make sense. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if he said he paid somebody over there to get the footage. And so, I mean, it's not like if Candace really wanted that particular footage, she probably could have tracked down and paid the same person and got the footage herself, you know? And she probably just figured, well, Blake said he has it and he's going to send it to me, so I'll just let him send it to me. And so he sends it to her. But then, you know, she obviously didn't see what he wanted her to see or thought she was going to see. It doesn't seem like the footage really piqued her interest at all, that she thought she should show it. Or like I said, she might have seen something in that footage that she doesn't want to draw attention to at this point in time. And so she's not showing it. Like, we don't know. We don't know. And for him to have like this huge claim on what she should or shouldn't be doing is weird to me. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he wants to be a part of the big time team. He wants validation and now he's being rejected. You know, that could be, but the thing about it is, even if a large giant creator calls you out and says your name and says, go check them out. Like he broke the case. Look at him. Go check him out. That really doesn't make you famous. I mean, it's not going to, like, I don't think it would make him famous. I don't think it would do anything, because with YouTube and these social media platforms, like where you're able to put your own, like TikTok and Instagram, and that people find you because they like what you're doing and they have some things in common with you, or they like how you present things or whatever. Like there's a reason there's an algorithm, because it finds people that would enjoy your content. When somebody shouts you out and says, oh, go check this person out, especially like a large creator like Candace's level, imagine you've got, like, she's got 5 million people, right? So imagine that, let's just say 300,000 of those people decide to go look at your channel because Candace said, go check it out. So 300,000 people land on your channel all at once, and they're looking at all different videos on your channel. They're just checking out to see if they're going to like you, right? They just want to just check to see if you're their flavor. So they're going to check you out. So imagine there's all these people and they're landing on all different videos, because not everybody's going to go on there and just watch his latest video. They're going to check out a bunch of his videos, and some people might want one from last week. Some might want this one, that one, whatever. So you've got like 300,000 people land on your channel at once, and they're all clicking on your videos, and they only watch maybe a minute, right? Because they're not here to check your content out. They're just here to see if they're going to like your content and if they should subscribe. And so now you've got people that have only watched a minute of your video, and we're talking 300,000 people on a whole bunch, like say 50 of your videos. They just triggered the algorithm, though, that your channel sucks and they don't like it because they're not watching the videos the whole way through. And that's a huge deal, because when people click on your video and they only watch a minute, that tells YouTube that your video is not very good, and they don't show it to as many people then the next time around. And so when you have that many people land on your channel and they're just checking to see if they're gonna like you, they're only watching a little snippet of your videos, it literally triggers the algorithm that, oh, look, all these people just got here and they didn't watch any of these videos the whole way through. They must all really suck. And then, you know, it can tank your channel. It can actually ruin your channel to get a shout out from these huge creators. And so if that's what he's after, it probably would have done more harm than good anyways for her to give him some type of credit for something, or, you know, say, go check out the channel. And people don't realize that. And also, it doesn't matter if a giant creator shouts out your channel, because people, if you're not like that giant creator and do the same type of content and the same type of format and things, those people may not, none of them may like you. None of them may want to watch your stuff. You might get a couple subscribers, but eventually they're going to leave because they're not into that type of content. You got to just do the work, you know? You have to do your own work, and you have to put your own time in and make your videos and make this content, and, you know, try to figure out what people like and hope the algorithm matches you up with people that are going to watch your stuff. And so it seems like he almost wants the easy way to get somebody to shout him out and go check it out. He's automatically going to get this huge audience. They're going to love him. He's going to make tons of money. That's literally just not how it works at all. You know, it just isn't. It's not. What's up, Garrison? Yes, that's why my videos always say stay till the end for the important part. Then nothing there. No, you got to put something there, Sasquatch. But no, you do. It does, like that whole thing where people say, oh, please like my video. And please, I mean, it sucks to have to say it because when I'm watching videos, it's annoying to hear it, right? I'm like, oh, okay, I liked it. Like, okay. But honestly, a lot of times I forget to hit the like until somebody on their video goes, don't forget to hit the like button. So I'm glad people say it in a way, even though it's annoying. I'm glad people say it because then it gives me the chance to hit that like button if I like it, you know. But it's like you have to put the work in. You can't just get a shout out because you found a video and then all of a sudden your career is gonna take off. That's just not. You're dealing with the public. When you say algorithm is the audience. That's what the algorithm is the audience, you know. And you have to put the work in. You got to make your videos and you got to do what you got to do. And so I don't know what the deal is. I think maybe there was something like that going on with Blake. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. He is there. Like, he's very upset though. And he definitely feels like everybody's ruined his life. When all he wanted to do was give Candace this video and then have her do exactly what he said for her to do on her channel. The exact way he wanted her to do it. And he's just kind of like in a really bad space right now mentally because he's really upset because he really doesn't understand why she's not doing what he wants her to do. And I don't know what that's about. I just don't. Kathleen. See, because we mentioned please hit the like. See, it does help to mention it because people sometimes do forget, you know. But that is the only, and honestly on YouTube, that like button and watching the video till the end, even if you put it on 2 times speed, even if you put it on double time, as long as you watch it till the end and hit the like button and leave a little comment, even a heart, it doesn't even matter. That's what makes people's channels grow. If you don't get that, your videos don't get seen. They just quit showing it. It just goes straight down, you know? So there's a lot to it. You have to actually make your videos good so people do like them. You know, you can't just get it the easy way. I don't know. That's what I'm kind of feeling like. Maybe that's what he was doing. I don't know. And if he really wanted to solve the case, obviously there's nothing on that video that is prompting Candace to like show it and go, here's what it is, you know? So I don't know. Aja says, I have secondhand embarrassment. Watch this. Finally made it up chicken coop. Watch this. Finally made it up the chicken coop. What? Watching this. Finally made it. Oh, made it up the chicken coop. Okay, got it. Oh, thank you, Garrison. That is very kind of you. Oh, we just had a lot of stuff today. It was a lot. We have the video of one last thing I do want to look at before we go. I do want to look at that Erika Kirk memorial video because, yeah, I heard that it's crazy. Let's see. I heard that it is like, what? Did I save it? Tis the question. I had it saved somewhere, and I'll see. This is what happens to me. I have this stuff saved, and then I lose my place. I can't figure out where it is. Oh, here's a good one. Let's look at this. Like I was saying to you guys, this is the one here. We're going to start giving out awards of our own here on the channel. So if you do have any suggestions for any awards you want to see each other get, we're totally fine doing that because, you know, Erika Kirk gets awards for whatever she wants to get awards for. So we're going to do it here. We're going to give regular people awards too. So Jody Chase says, special announcement. I want to personally congratulate the Candace Owens Show Viewer of the Week, Blake Neff. Thank you for your tireless dedication, unwavering commitment, and elite level viewing habits. The movement truly wouldn't be the same without you. And then they made up a thing of congratulations. Thank you for being a loyal viewer and part of the movement. And you guys know where that comes from, right? That comes from the fact that whenever Blake was screenshotting his channel to show people how obsessed Candace Owens was with Erika and Turning Point, whatever, you could see the lines on the videos. You know, when you go to your page, when you've watched a video, there's a line at the bottom that shows how far along you've watched the video and if you've watched it at all. So you'll see a red line on certain videos, and that's how you know, oh, I did watch that one already, or oops, that one's only halfway through, I need to finish watching it. You can easily find it, navigate to it and find it, whatever. So when Blake showed well, Candace being obsessed with, you know, Erika, he showed a screenshot of his own YouTube page, and all of the videos were looked at and watched. So he's been secretly watching all of her videos. It's like he totally busted himself. I just couldn't believe it. It was so damn funny. I was just like, dude, really? Yeah, this was a kind of weird, a weird one too. I don't know who this guy is. This is looks like Dana White. So this is Dana White. I don't know who he is. He's on something or other. But if you look in the background at that picture of the little girl, it's like a little girl with butterflies tattooed all over her face. And some weird S art in the background there. I guess that's his collection. They're like, the elites are into some very dark stuff. So that was kind of disturbing today to see that. Oh my gosh. So people were just kind of in the comment section showing him partying and stuff. Yeah. The search results won't come up with this video of him smacking around his wife. That's nice. So yeah, that was just another little piece of information I had for you guys today. And of course the Blake Neff thing. I do need to find that Erika Kirk one though, guys, because we definitely are going to be watching that one. Let me see. You know I saved that shit. You know I saved it. But where is the question? Yeah, it's not under my Erika Kirk one. Let me search. Let me just search X because you know it's going to be right there. All right, this is Erika. Anniversary speech to Charlie. Oh my gosh, it's not pulling it up. Let's see. What was it called? Anniversary post? It's actually on her channel. I don't even need to do all this. I can just go to her channel or her page. Yeah, she did a nice one. Here it is. Okay, show this instead. Okay, so did you guys see this one yet with her anniversary post? She made this post for, she said, even though our kids won't see our love grow old together from an earthly standpoint, they'll see it from a heavenly one. And I'll tell them of our love story any moment I can. Happy anniversary to the love of my life. So just the wording of this is weird. Even though our kids won't see our love grow old together. I mean, usually people are like, just because our kids won't see us grow old together. She's like, our love grow old together. That's weird. From an earthly standpoint, because who says that? I mean, anybody? Do y'all say that? From an earthly standpoint? They'll see it from a heavenly standpoint. I don't know how they'll see it from a heavenly standpoint because the kids are not in heaven currently. They are on earth at an earthly standpoint, girl. Like earthly standpoint right now. So I don't know how they'll see it from a heavenly one, but she'll tell them of their love story any moment that she can. Nobody says any moment I can. It's just weird. The wording's just weird, right? We all see this and go, this is why. Like, this is why we all go, what the fuck? Nobody says stuff like this. That's weird. Like, just the wording itself is like, come on, girl. Please. It's like you're being extra. You're trying too much, and it's making it seem fake already, and we didn't even watch the video yet. It's just, come on now. Gets on my nerves. So, let's see what she even says. Now, trigger warning, because she decides to use her little baby's voice to, I don't know, read a story or whatever, but it's the little baby, the little kid's voice here. It's I don't know. I just found it really yucky. Let me know what you guys think of this. Are you ready? Here we go.
Yeah, I want to show you some pictures of mommy and daddy.
What is going on?
I'm going to tell you a story.
So once upon a time, there was a little girl named Mama and Dada, and they loved each other very much. Mommy and Daddy wanted to have a family together. Kiki and her baby brother. They love Mama and Daddy's Lord story.
Yeah, look at this one. Isn't he so sweet? How amazing Daddy is.
I love you so much, Daddy. I miss you, Dada.
I love you.
I love you too, babe. Yeah, I want to show you.
I mean, okay. Thoughts? Yeah. She's not human, that's why. She's got a demon directing her, and trying to be relatable to humans comes off weird, and we just can't accept it. Humanity doesn't come natural to her. And allegedly, Garrison, I agree. Allegedly, I agree. Okay. It is very weird. The speech patterns, the whole thing. It's like, what are you saying? I mean, I try to imagine, like, if that was me, right? Let me look again and see what I would have actually said. I would have been like, maybe, even though our kids won't see us grow old together, I'll make sure to remind them, of just how much I loved you. Happy anniversary. That's probably what, that's probably what I would have said. What about you guys? Like, how would you have worded that? Because I don't think any other human being on the face of the earth would have said it like that at all. I don't think in the history of the world, you won't find this anywhere else ever written like that or anything. Like, that's just weird from an earthly standpoint and shit. Like, what? And they're not going to learn it from a heavenly standpoint because they're not in heaven. Currently, they're on earth. I don't know how she does it. She is one sick person. He was not the love of her life. That is so cruel to use your children for sympathy points. I agree. That's really pushing it. Yeah. That is really pushing it. I really don't care for that whole using the children either. I mean, that was the cutest thing ever and so heartfelt from the children. But I can just picture, like, while I'm hearing them say that, I can picture her like really trying to get this laid out in a video for social media. And that's the part I don't care for, is putting this stuff in social media. It's not for social media. You go on and on about how you want all this privacy, and can't you just have this one thing for yourself? Just can't you have this one thing, just one thing? And, stop talking about my family, stop. And then you put shit like this out and you wonder why people are talking. People are going to talk about it. And there's going to be people that absolutely love that. And there's going to be people that absolutely hate that. That's just how it works. But let's see what, let's actually see, because I'm sure the comment section weighed in. All right. Babylon BB says, stay home and raise those children. You are betraying those kids and Charlie by chasing after money and power instead of being the stay-at-home mom that you portrayed yourself to before Charlie was unalived, to make room for you to ruin TPUSA. And they got a picture here. And this is supposedly the new mansion that she's building or going to move into. And I find it funny because in some of the interviews that she does, she talks about how they had a small condo. And it's like, I have a feeling that even though Charlie had more money than he probably could count, he wasn't somebody who was flashy and extravagant with that money. It seemed like in all those videos where it's like he ran the money in the household and stuff. And I have a members video on YouTube that shows a clip of that and him going, the man should take care of the finances, and that's that. Like, the woman shouldn't have a say. And she's like, absolutely. But her face was like all mad. It's hilarious. So it's like, I have a feeling she wasn't allowed to use the money to buy anything extravagant or do anything, extravagant and stuff like that. So I don't know. Garrison said that's the mansion they sold last year, about 4 months before he was gone. Okay. There's rumors that she's building one. That's why I thought that was that one. But I don't know if that's true. I honestly have no idea. Like, there's rumors about all that stuff. So the latest rumor was like she was in the middle of building one. There was like a plumber or something who took a video inside of the home, but it was like not done. It was like being worked on, and he was like walking around showing where the different rooms were going to be, which I found to be a huge invasion of somebody's privacy and a terrible thing to do. So I don't know if it's true or not, but there was a rumor about that. But I do like how they, pointed it out anyways, like, here's your mansion, here's your money, piles of money, all your rings. Like, I can't. These rings are ugly too. Like, anybody think those are cute? Anybody at all? All that video shows me is that she knows how to clip audio together. I know that's right. Yeah, you're right. You are right, Garrison. There she is doing the same creepy shit. Yes. Yes, I remember that. Remember, it was like remember there was a thing about 3 days before he was unalive. They went on a some type of trip or something, and with Mikey McCoy and his wife, and then Mikey and his wife are taking pictures of Erika and Charlie for the trip. It's like, it's a family trip, except the one family was taking pictures of the other family. And then those were the ones that were posted all over social media. Is that what you're talking about, Truth? I have a feeling that might be what you mean, but yeah, I remember that. Okay. Yeah, Truth for us, yes. And it was Mikey McCoy. Okay, yeah. That was the one. Yep. Oh, 3 weeks before. Okay. I thought it was like 3 or 4 days. Yeah, not sus at all. They do look so gross, don't they, AC? I think they're just nasty looking. It's like, ugh. I don't know. And the rings of power, holy shit, Kathleen. Oh my God, you're onto something. You are so onto something, girl. She's into some weird stuff. Yes, they're gross. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, they were just comparing Meghan Markle to, or comparing Erika Kirk to Meghan Markle because Meghan Markle did some crazy stuff. Stuff like Erika's doing, you know what I mean? This weird stuff that people aren't, they're just not reacting well to it. They didn't react well to Meghan Markle either. Meghan did a lot of that kind of stuff where she would make videos and things like that, and social media, I just think Erika would have done so much better had she not come out the day after Charlie was unalived and made a speech in white. She shouldn't have been there at all. And if she did have to go there, she should have worn like black head to toe, a veil so you could barely see her face, like the whole 9 yards. That was her very first mistake, was coming out here and even making a speech. Because look, I don't care what the circumstances, I would never go out and try to please the public or please Turning Point USA, please the board, please this, that, and the next. If my husband just got unalived like he did, I would give two shits about any of that. I mean, I can't even imagine my brain wrapping around the fact that I had to do things to please anybody else in my time of grief. I would be destroyed by it. I would be devastated. I would be bedridden. And I definitely wouldn't be thinking at all about trying to better Turning Point USA. I don't care if my husband ran it and that was his baby and his favorite thing. No, it can wait. And knowing the people that were followers of Turning Point USA who actually did really love Charlie Kirk, they would have waited. They would have waited for her to come out and say something. They would have, people that they would have expected, like, geez, your husband was just on. Of course, we're going to give you some time to grieve and stuff. And she just wouldn't. She wouldn't let it go, and she wouldn't quit. It was like thing after thing. And then that exposed Zoom call was the very next thing that was a huge, that interview she did with Fox, I think it was Fox right after, it was a very big red flag. Then she did that, Zoom call got leaked, and that was just totally, oh my gosh, that was totally unhinged. And then the audio that was done, of where she was talking to, who the hell was she talking to in that audio call? I don't know, but that was the one where she talked about the merch sales and the hats, and it was like, what? And then it was just, one thing after another of her coming out here and just like, she shouldn't have showed the world what she was doing after her husband passed away. And then people would have assumed she actually was grieving and was being a real grieving wife, because it would have been behind closed doors and people would have guessed. And I'm sure some people would have come off and said she wasn't, but it would have been way less. It would have been way less people. There would have been way more people on her team if she would have just closed the door and stayed inside for a little while. And the casket footage, 100%. That was the end of it. That was the end of it. When I saw that, I was like, yo, nope. No, not at all. That was the worst. I agree. That was the worst. Oh my gosh, it was bad. Yeah, at her age, she should know better than a lot of things. She should know better than a lot of things at her age, for sure. It's just, it just kind of blows my mind, truly, just the amount of just straight up like craziness you see from that. It's a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I just found this to be so grotesque. Then Mason said, this is Mason, that's the kid that did that resignation letter to Turning Point USA. I tried to message him to see if he would come on and talk to us and let us know about some of the stuff that he experienced with them, and I would love to hear firsthand of some of the changes that he noticed right away and things like that. But, I'm just so small. Nobody pays attention. So he probably will never see that. But I did message him. But yeah, he's showing this exactly.
There you go.
Exact thing.
Oh, look at all the thumbs up. Look how cute that is. Sorry, it's just a little bit more informal than probably Charlie would be reacting. How sweet.
How sweet. I want to see what that says. It says, and you guys hear us, give us a thumbs up. Can anything? Okay, that was just.
Look how cute that is.
Oh, it's just typing out what she's saying. Okay.
Sorry, it's just a little bit more informal than probably Charlie would be reacting.
Garrison, sorry, Mason Lemmy is the kid that resigned from the Turning Point, one of the Turning Point USA chapters, and he had he sat down in a video with an entire letter about why he was leaving Turning Point USA. And it was probably one of the best videos we've seen here on the channel. It was so good. That kid has so much integrity, and he was so brave to come out and say all the things that he said. If you look, Garrison, the link to it is in my it's in my description of that live stream. I think it was It should be, you should be able to see it in the description which one it was. I can't remember which one it was. He was such a nice kid. Like, you could tell that he really was leaving because he was a true follower and fan of Charlie Kirk. And he was just like, listen, this is what Charlie would have said, you know, none of this is right. And Charlie would have spoken up. And the fact that you guys don't let us speak up and don't want us to speak up shows us that it's going in a different direction than what Charlie would have actually wanted. And he was very straightforward, but it was so brave because he's such a young kid. And like, to come out and really just like, he just threw down the hammer, and it was so badass. Yeah, I would just and I mean, all you guys really loved the video too. Like, we watched it together and we all really liked what he was saying. And it would just be cool to get a little bit of an inside take on the actual changes that he saw, and like, when about did he see these things happening and stuff like that. But yeah, this is the happy Zoom call. This is crazy.
Sweet.
I hate that voice. Oh my God.
I do that. I hate Zoom. I never like Zoom. Sorry, you guys. I just wanted to say, first and foremost,
this is like 5 or 6 days after her husband died. There is no way an actual person that's grieving the loss of the love of their life, that she claims is the love of her life, there's no way you could function. Your body physically cannot function when you're in a state of grief. Your brain doesn't work, and your body just can't function properly to sit down and do a Zoom call like this. There's just no way.
My heart obviously is broken for you guys as much as it is for our family. You guys lost not only a boss, but someone that you looked up to, someone that you believed in his mission, that you also that you loved. You loved listening to his show. You loved hearing his wisdom on things. I'm sure
like, she knows what any of them loved about Charlie.
Some of you have also had very personal moments of where you sat down and
had private conversations with him. I want you all to hold on to those. And I want you all to remember those so deeply. I want you to journal about them. I want you to be able to tell your kids about them. I want you to put those in your heart as why you're still here with the Turning Point USA family.
But we definitely don't want you to talk about any of the things that Charlie said, or we don't want you to tell anybody like all the stances that Charlie had on things, because we are going to be changing all those. Things are different now. So journal about them, tell your kids about them, just don't discuss them publicly. All right? Okay, thanks.
Because that's what we want. And like I said to our small group, after whatever day that was that I did the thing on TV, how many days are so rounded Friday, I told the team, I said, Turning Point USA will continue like my husband always wanted, and it'll be bigger than ever. And we're going to honor him by doing that. We're going to stay humble.
See, there it is. Stay humble. She's like, we're going to stay humble. Like, girl, I've yet to see you staying humble. I've yet to see one time where you were actually humble. Once. Even one example.
We're going to work hard because that's what he would want. And we're going to just make it grow. And we're going to keep our eyes fixed on heaven. And, you know, like even Stacey said, he's gonna find ways to speak to us.
I hope he's haunting her. I really hope that he is haunting her.
And he's going to speak to you in different ways. Every person's going to be different, but you'll get little moments where you're like, okay, Charlie, I see you. It might be here on campus. It might be in quiet moments of the night, but he's here and he's more alive than ever.
Girl, he's more alive than ever now that he's been assassinated. Are you okay? Are you okay, girl? He's more alive than ever. I can't believe that she would actually say that out loud. I what?
And he is, he's going to guide us. And we just have to remain humble. But again, what I told the team was, I will fight like hell to make sure that all of you have a job here. I don't want anyone to think the job's in jeopardy, because your family, if you choose to leave, that's different. I never will, and I promise you, I will make sure that I never allow a point to where you have to leave because we cannot financially afford you.
Look how she's so distracted. Like, she's like, I love you. You're never gonna lose your job. The whole time she's not crying, right? Up until she's talking about them losing their jobs. Now she's crying, making a fuss. And look, she gets a text message and her mind is reading the text message while she's still trying to talk on this Zoom call. And she's like spaced out, worried about her message.
And that is a promise. I want our family to stay together the best it can. Obviously, circumstances, there's unforeseen things that might pop up here and there that we can't foresee in the future. But for
that text was somebody being like, bitch, don't be saying that, because you know what? You might have to fire somebody. We're planning on firing like 30 people next week. You can't be saying this shit. And then she had to hurry up and change what she said, I bet. Allegedly, in my opinion.
Right now, the way things are, I would like to remain if they are status quo, and I think that's the best thing to do. And everything else we can worry about later. But I just want to let you know that you guys are all very loved. I'm very proud of you. And Charlie would be, I think Charlie's just...
She's like, he's gone.
I'm trying not to say...
Look at that shit. Look at that shit. You're thinking of your husband being deceased right now, and this is the face that you fucking make. Good, yeah. The lights were flickering. Garrison said he is haunting her. She said it herself, remember? She said the light was flickering in the bathroom where the necklace was, the way they did when he made streetlights flicker. That's right. I hope he's haunting the shit out of her. I really do. I really do. Yeah, when the workplace calls you family, it's time to find a new job. I agree. I agree. That's weird. That's not family. That's your coworkers. Like what? And the dry wipe. Mm-hmm. And Slavas, that is her my husband is dead face. She's like Charlie. She's thinking of Charlie being dead right at this point, in my opinion, because that's what she's saying. This is what he's doing as a dead person, and this is how she reacts. This is how her emotions, like, she can't even hold it in. Yeah, she can't hold it in. You could see a lot of times in this video where it pops out. Like, it just pops out so bad.
Say that he's obviously celebrating in heaven amongst many things, but he's so proud of all of you. And he's so proud of all of you for keeping this mission alive. And he knows that you can do it. That's why you're hired. And he knows that you will be able to carry the torch. And he knows that you're going to do a great job. And you're going to be able to, even though days are going to be tough, honestly, the nights are the hardest. Mornings are pretty raw too. But what I've noticed these past several days is if I didn't have the family, the Turning Point USA family with me, all of you, I would be a disaster. I mean, I would be in fetal position 24/7.
So she didn't have her coworkers. She's like, if I didn't have all you guys, I'd be in the fetal position like 24/7. The only reason I'm able to sit here and lecture all of you guys on making sure that you work extra hard, because that's what Charlie would have wanted. The only reason I'm here is because of you guys. It's because of my coworkers. All of you guys keep me sane, keep me out of the fetal position. My family, my TBSA family. Like, not her cousins and her sisters and her, mother. Not Charlie's family. No, none of them. It's the Turning Point USA employees. That's the reason she's not in the fetal position. Like, girl, you think anybody believes that, you got a problem.
The fact that we have a continued mission to look forward to, and we have our family, It's everything. And some of you, this is your chosen family. And just rely and lean on each other. That's huge. Leaning on each other is huge because all of you were together prior to this and we'll be together after this. And everything, and I told Justin this, it's going to be something where everything before September 10th, any email you were working on, any project you were working on, it's not that it's irrelevant now. It's just things have changed, obviously.
Obviously, things have changed, girl. It's like anything that you've been working on before September 10th, just fucking get rid of it because we are switching it up in this bitch. Allegedly.
And the mission has gotten deeper and the mission will grow deeper. But like, I just want all
Terrible.
You to know, we will be wise stewards. We will be vigilant. We will be humble. And I just want you to know that, again, I'm with you. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
We can see that now, girl. Literally, we can see that now. Look at her face. She's like, I'm not going anywhere, bitches.
And we're going to make sure that we honor my husband so well.
Look at the faces. Like, I can't imagine. I can't imagine this. And like, even if I try, I can't imagine that this would be the way I behaved or felt or thought 5 days after losing my husband. She claims that is the love of her life. The love of her life. Imagine being a person she dislikes if this is what she feels about the love of her life.
At this whole world, and almost what his vision was and will be. And it's just, I feel so blessed and honored.
Bitch. She feels so blessed and honored. Like, girl, that's terrible. That's truly terrible. Honestly, like, I can't. And I think there's another part to it. Oh, that was when Candace butted in. Okay, here we go.
And we will do our best to continue to make Turning Point USA the behemoth that he wanted it to be, this massive thing. And it is.
She's trying to sit. Look at her. This is terrible. I can't believe she thinks she thinks that anybody would believe her after this. If there's still a single person that watched this and honestly is still thinking that poor grieving widow, like, they are part of, like I said, the air cult right here. That's what they are. Part of the air cult. You can't watch this and think that she's grieving. You just can't. It doesn't match. That doesn't match grief.
And that's why we have to stay humble. But I just want you guys to stay in prayer. And if you guys do need anything, please reach out to whoever you know to reach out to. And pray with one another. Be there with one another. Be soft with them and one another. Everyone grieves differently. So if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
Look at this shit. Like, what are you tapping on with the tissue? Like, put it down, set it down and walk away. Like, Stacy, I know you're sitting over in the corner. Grab that shit off of her because it looks unhinged. There's no reason she should be dabbing her fucking face every 2 seconds. There's nothing. There's no fluid, no liquid, no drooling, no snots, no tears, nothing. Does she understand that's what happens when you actually cry? That's why people need tissues, because liquid comes out of your face. That's what happens when you like really cry, like a legit crying, liquid comes out. And so if you're not having that issue, there's no reason to keep dabbing it all over your face. It looks so weird. I cannot with the dabbing.
Weddings and funerals bring out the weirdest side in people. Just, anyone who's been married knows that.
What? I'm going to ask this again. What does that mean? And the fact is, no, weddings and funerals absolutely do not bring out the weirdest in people at all. Like, not at all. Weddings make people feel happy. I said this in another video I did. Weddings make people feel happy because it's a beautiful occasion and people are happy. And so they smile and they're happy. Sometimes they cry happy tears. That happens as well. But the general emotion around weddings is happiness. And I don't think there's truly ever a wedding unless it involves like somebody that, hates each other or something along those lines where people actually are mad or upset about a wedding. Weddings bring joy. Funerals make people sad. Those are like the two base emotions. It's not the weirdest. Doesn't bring out the weirdest in people at all. Makes people happy or makes people sad. This, just because you say it, does not mean that that is actually true. That's not true.
So don't read into that. Just love on each other. And if there's anything or anyone who tries to divide your team or you, or that's just the enemy, and just rebuke it and know that there's a bigger mission at hand.
I rebuke it.
And,
I can't.
Again, you guys are all very loved, and I feel very honored, and I'm grateful for all of you.
She's like, I just got like a huge company with all these employees. Like, you're all my bitches. Like, you're all my bitches. You're going to do everything I say. Like, I'm the boss now. I'm so honored. Oh my God. Like, Charlie's like in heaven right now. I just can't believe it. I'm so excited and honored, blessed, happy, joyous. But just like, don't read into that too much. But, it is what it is.
So I just wanted to take some time to hop on and share with you my condolences. I wish I could hug all of you, but again, the fact that there's a lot of them in the office.
She's like, I wish I could hug all of you, but I'm not going to, even though a lot of you guys are in the office today, right? Yeah, I could hug all of you. I wish I could, but I'm not gonna do that. But like, I wish I could.
The fact that a lot of you guys are here in the office, that's what she would.
That's what he would
He
have
doesn't want you
wanted.
to just be sitting on the couch alone in your room. He wants you to, obviously, I mean, we will all mourn, but he would want you to build. And so that's what we'll do. We'll have a sword in one hand, and we'll have a hammer in the other, and build. Okay? I love you all.
She's so insane.
Deep breaths.
He's like, deep breaths. I need to take a couple deep breaths because I am just too fucking happy right now.
I just wanted to share this with you all.
What is it, girl?
I asked her when we were on the tarmac.
What'd you ask her?
I said,
what?
I don't know how to get through this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she said, when you're on an airplane, and some of you have kids will really relate to this. Others that don't, you've been on a plane with kids, so you can also relate to this. But
what the fuck?
She said, when you're on an airplane and you're 15 minutes before landing,
go ahead.
And the kids are going crazy.
Ooh,
and you have 15 minutes left on the plane, and they're throwing their toys and they're screaming, and you're thinking to yourself, am I going to make it through these next 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And then the plane lands. And Lucia said, you're going to make it through those next 15 minutes.
Oh.
And the next 15 minutes.
Oh, I don't know anybody else who would compare getting over the loss of the love of your life because he was publicly unalived in such a horrible way. I don't know how you would compare that to the 15 minutes of children acting like assholes on a plane. I don't know. And she evidently gets that, like, she can link the two, right? Because grieving your dead husband is exactly like kids acting nuts on a plane. You just need to get through those 15 minutes in the next 15 minutes and you'll be okay. It's the same thing, girl. It's the same thing. And if you have kids or you've ever been on a plane with kids, you know what I mean. Exactly what I mean. We're gonna get through this.
And so I just want to share that with you because it was a very private moment.
Oh my God, guys. She's sharing all these private moments with us. Do you feel special? Do you all feel special now? That's exactly what that was for. She was like, I'm going to share this super private moment. And actually, that wasn't private at all. That was dumb. Okay? That's nothing private about that. You didn't tell her anything. She didn't say anything that was fucking private. And this private moment, you claim to have a private moment and you're going to share it with everyone because it was just so private, right? She's trying to make everyone feel like an insider and feel special because you know, she's sharing this moment that was private with everybody because they're just so close. They're like a big family. She's going to share these private moments. And yeah, the moment's not private. And like, what the fuck are you talking about? And the shit you said was dumb anyway, because you can't compare grieving the loss of your dead husband to dealing with kids on a fucking plane for 10 minutes.
But it gave me some peace to know that we can just do this for 10 minutes at a time. So if that means at work when you're feeling a little bit sad, take those things, and you'll be okay. We're all gonna be okay. I love you guys.
Look at her wiping nothing again.
Have a great meeting.
And like
if you need it, you guys are loved. Love this little film with all the birds. It's so cute. So sweet. God bless you all.
Ew. Is that the most disgusting thing you've ever seen in your life? The most putrid, disgusting thing I think I've ever seen in my life. I really don't think I've seen anything or anybody acting so disgusting ever. And yeah, you know what? You are right, Garrison. When the does this bitch fly commercial to know about anything about kids on a plane? Exactly. I can't. I'm in shock that she just says this. And what's more shocking is that people believe her, that she's a grieving widow and that she's truly grieving the loss of the love of her life. And, you know, either they watched this and still think that, in which case I don't know what is wrong with them, or they refuse to believe that she's not grieving, and so they won't watch these things and take it in and realize how creepy and weird it all is, allegedly, in my opinion. You know, it's just I just it's just crazy. But Mason comes at her with that, you know. He's like, "Oh yeah, girl. If any of you think this is normal, you need a psychological evaluation." And I definitely have to agree with Mason on this. It's just not normal. Those smiles, that happiness, the joy. What's this part?
Listen.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I still love all these emoji Zoom things.
Oh, my God.
Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like it's just.
Oh my God, did you see everybody that came out to grieve Charlie? We pulled that shit off, bitch. We did that thing. Oh my God, I can't believe we did it.
It's insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and the stadium, overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do, and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge, huge, huge thank you to the events team, the development team, the graphic design team, the production team. Just.
And you know how when someone's talking and you can hear when someone's smiling, like they say, like in sales and things, you smile while you're talking on the phone to people because they can hear that. People can hear a smile in your voice, and you can clearly hear that she is giddy and over the moon. It feels almost like, in my opinion, allegedly, she thinks that all those people that turned up to Charlie's memorial turned up to see her. Like she was a star at this event, and she couldn't believe that all these people came to see her and listen to her and watch her and look at her. And she is so adored and loved by all these people. They bought all this shit. They registered to vote all because of her, because she is so just fucking amazing. Just like she's a badass bitch. And it's like so exciting. And that's what it feels like. It feels like she's giddy and over the moon because she thinks that was all for her, when it was in fact because people were sad, because those are the amount of people that were sad that Charlie was unalived, and all she's seeing is, like you said, Sandy, dollar signs.
Phenomenal. Their incredible work leading into the memorial. And honestly, a lot of the staff that worked on the memorial, they had 20-hour days for a week during the time of us grieving the loss of my husband. And honestly, I know several staff that didn't even sleep. Again, you guys are breathing angels.
Those breathing angels, she fired a whole bunch of them. She fired a whole bunch of those breathing angels that just didn't sleep. They worked nonstop to make sure this event was perfect for her. And I would really be interested to know what she did to contribute to all this hard work that all those people did. Like, I could imagine she's just sitting there barking in orders at people, getting plenty of sleep herself, you know. She's not missing sleep or missing anything. She probably looks good as hell, you know, got her face done, and everything that she gets done that costs thousands of dollars just to get her fucking makeup on, and the rest of the shit that she does. Just, you know, barking out orders at everybody and expecting them not to get any sleep, and not like and then to go and fire them. Especially, what was that other girl's name? I have her in I have a whole tab on her, Audrey or something like that. Aubrey Leitch, I think is her name. She's one of the people who worked 20-hour days leading up to this. The ones that she's over here on the other video going, oh, you're all going to be safe. Your jobs are going to be here.
And I'm so grateful for all of you. And obviously a huge thank you to the Mosaic team. VI, you guys are 10 out of 10. Like, we have the most incredible team. We just do. And you guys know that, and you guys are all a part of that. And I am so, so thankful. And if you do have a moment and you run into any of those staff members that you know had a role in this, and you know that they put a lot of their time and effort into it, just say thank you.
You know, they probably weren't doing it for accolades, and they probably weren't doing it to be thanked. You know, they seemed to really love Charlie Kirk and really be sad that he was gone. And they probably really just wanted to memorialize him in a way that, you know, would touch people. And so they probably weren't doing it for the praise, but that's one of the thoughts that comes to her mind. It almost feels like this is an awards speech, like she won an award and she's thanking everybody and, like, you know, letting everybody know like how they contributed and how great it was and stuff. It feels like she's receiving an award, and it's like, no, bitch, this is your husband's memorial. It wasn't about you at all. Nobody came there to look at you or see you or hear anything you had to say. Just because you're there and you force it on people doesn't mean that's what they were there to see. It's like somebody's either her ego can't see past the fact that nothing is about her, or she's got a whole bunch of yes men surrounding her, just constantly feeding her a bunch of bullshit and trying to tell her that yes, everything is about her. You know, everybody just loves her. It's just it. And the sad part is those people that showed up for that, probably half of them don't even want anything to do with Turning Point USA anymore. And the other half is probably all they have left in the entire, like, you know, TPUSA world that even support them. Because people just don't want anything to do with it now.
There's something really special to be seen in moments like this. And it's not easy. I'm speaking from experience. I'm right in the trenches with you guys.
Bitch isn't in no fucking trenches. I'm sorry. Nope. Not with your designer lifestyle. You're in no trench ever. Okay. You wouldn't know what to do if you got stuck in a trench. I'm in the trenches with you. Do you believe that shit? The audacity.
And so the fact that you just, a simple thank you. I don't care if any of you have beef with each other from the past or have any issues with someone said something about this or that. Like, if you guys have any of that, please put it to rest. My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
What does that have to do with people? First of all, You are a morbid bitch, because that's fucking disgusting that you even said that. Okay, number one. Number two, what do the two things have to do with each other? What if your employees have beef with each other? How does that have anything to do with the fact that Charlie is dead? How? Like, if you had beef with other employees, like, my husband's dead. He's just dead. He's just dead. I know it's been like 13 days, but I'm like, you can tell I'm really sad. I had a tissue. Where's the tissue? Stacy, where's my tissue? I can't.
And it puts life into perspective of how short life is and relationships, and God puts people in your life for a reason, and it teaches you a lesson, it teaches them a lesson. So if you are going through a time where just lay it to rest, and we are moving forward, Turning Point USA 2.0 with Charlie in our hearts, and that's what he would want.
Yeah, okay, girl.
Okay, so I'm just looking at the chat here, and you guys are responding live in the way that I felt live listening to this. It is the general tone that is off-putting. It's the laughter that is off-putting. It's
I mean, being a victim at a certain point, when you turn into the person victimizing people, I don't feel like you should no longer be even thought of as a victim, because you're now victimizing others. And it's just, it sucks. Danny says, "Oh, I caught a live. Thank you for brightening my day." Oh, thank you so much for stopping by to hang out. I really, really appreciate it. What we're saying, Tomes? Let's see. Oh, in Apollo Luna. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look at. I think that was just him posting a response to something. Let's see. They'll be unable to understand how you guys have subverted the Christian community by hiring people to be the optimist, to be optimistic with you. Like, oh, geez. Like Philadelphian strippers to speak to the kids. I've exposed how Erika Kirk is being protected by such and such, and she is now the number one most powerful woman in the United States of America right now. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to see that. It says, LMFAO, you didn't even know the date. That's right, because of the...
We laugh about this because our dates are so messed up because of babies.
Right, here we go.
We've been married.
How long have you been married, and when did you know it was time to get married?
We've been married since 2021. We laugh about this because our dates are so messed up because of babies. Meaning,
bitch,
there's so many dates to remember.
There ain't no no. No. Anybody, show of hands in chat. I know some of you guys are married. Some of you guys have kids. I myself am married and I have a child. How many dates do you have to remember? And do you know your anniversary, and do you know your child's birthdays? Like, could you list it right this second? Like, could you be right here and go, oh, matter of fact, yeah. Whatever. Sorry. That's an excuse that I don't buy it. We all remember our child's birthdays, especially women, because we literally have to birth them. And so we remember that. And also, you celebrate them every year on the same day. It's a birthday. Also, anniversary, same deal. It's a very important date, especially when you're with the love of your life. Can you believe she said that? There's too many dates to remember. You have 2 kids and a husband. How many dates is that? 3? Bitch, get out of here.
So
anniversaries, like kids' birth
May
dates.
14th,
Yeah.
August
all the
23rd.
things.
Yeah, all the things. He's sitting there like, bitch.
We've been married for...
How did you know it was time to get married?
What the?
4 years.
I mean...
How did we know? You just know.
It's also what, don't waste your time.
You just know. No.
Don't waste your time. And plus, we were ready to start our life together.
That's right.
Yeah, we know what she was ready for, girl.
Okay.
She was like, I'm ready for a joint account, bitch. Like, I'm ready for that joint bank account, bitch. That's how I knew it was time. Like, I saw how much your net worth was when I Googled it. And I was like, you know what? It's time we have a joint checking account. And like, I knew it was time. Like, immediately. I was like, it's time. It's totally time. I need my name on that bank card, bitch.
An easy one.
That's easy.
We've been married.
Wow. That is a terrible. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Exactly. It's just ridiculous. I can't with her. She just makes too many excuses, The handler told them. Yeah, the handler told them. Yeah, that was all, though. That was pretty much all I had for you guys today. I just had to share that with you. There was some funny stuff. I mean, just so much drama, so much craziness. And that poor kids at that college having to deal with her speaking at their commencement, like, I would have been so mad. I would have been so pissed off. Very, very much so. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Cindy. And don't forget, guys, this right here. Man, I can never get it right. This right here, this QR code here is a code for Club Watcher. Go check it out and join the Discord server. We're going to be doing some really fun, cool stuff over there. It's a place where we can all chat and hang out, other than just on a live stream. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely go check it out. There might even be some free spots left. There was 20. I think we were down to like a few left. So you might be able to get one free for life. So go check it out if you're interested. Yeah, I can't wait to get some more people over there so we can start doing some stuff. It's going to be so much fun. I can't even wait. And we're definitely not, our speech isn't, in trouble over there either. We can say whatever we want and talk about things that we can't really talk about here, you know. So anyhow, yeah, I appreciate you guys all for stopping by to hang out. And I love you all so very, very, very much. And I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, it'll be Wednesday. But I will see you on the next one.